Test, test. 1, 2, 3. Test, test.
Do you think about football now and then? Because the Bearcats are at home again. Homecoming weekend takes us to historic Nippert Stadium, where the Big 12 takes center stage in the Queen City. The Iowa State Cyclones getting set to take on the Cincinnati Bearcats on Bearcats Sports Radio. Hello, everyone. I'm Chase Johnson. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Chris Pagan. And we have a very interesting matchup between a team that's looking for their first conference road win of the season in Iowa State and a team looking for their first Big 12 win ever in Cincinnati. Chris, so Iowa State, they ended up beating TCU last week, the defending national runner-ups. They won 27-14. They dominated most of the game. What's Iowa State's identity?
Well, Iowa State runs a very unique 3-3-5 formation, and for people that don't know what that means they have 5 safeties or 5 defensive backs, and they have 3 linebackers, so they usually drop back 8 most of the time. And a key player to look out for is going to be the free safety, Jeremiah Cooper. He, on the season, has 4 interceptions, and he had 2 against TCU. Now, this Iowa State defense is 3rd nationally with 10 interceptions because of that unique formation they have. So they are young, scrappy, and they're going to come to play today.
You think about it, it's a Big 12, Big 12 conference there. One of the pass first and everything, wanted to air it out, put points up on the board. A lot of teams have been doing that in the conference. When Cincinnati gets their thing going, they can really get the offense going. They're ranked nationally in a lot of different categories, and the top in rushing and just a lot of big categories in the Big 12. Cincinnati though, 3-game losing streak. It's not been well so far. They're coming off the bye week. The last time out, they lost to BYU on a West Coast trip on a Friday night, 35-27. What is Cincinnati's ways for success today, on offense especially?
Well, on offense, they're going to need to run the ball. They have talented running back group, talented dual threat quarterback, but an eye to keep out for is going to be running back 1, Corey Kiner. Mr. Football in Ohio in 2020, and this team is 10th nationally, averaging 220 rushing yards per game. This is their main identity, so I think they're going to need to run the ball a lot today.
Yeah, he's the pride of Roger Bacon High School, was, Mr. Football in 2020. Just a ridiculous running back in general. He's had some good stats this year, 76 carries, 405 yards. Another guy who's been the pride of a couple different universities so far, Emory Jones, a 6th-year senior from LaGrange, Georgia. He's completed 63% of his passes, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He runs the ball quite a bit. What's going to be big for him? Because he's had some rough games going forward. Threw a pick 6 against BYU to start the game off. What's going to be a key for him to get this offense going and to keep everything under control?
Well, even though Iowa State runs a unique defense where they drop back 8, the passing game is going to be complicated. But, like I said, he's a dual threat quarterback. He is 2nd on the team in rushing attempts with 69 and averages around 4 yards per carry. So I think the X factor in Emory Jones is going to be making plays with his legs. He's going to have to run the ball when he needs to, not when he wants to. He needs to make plays when they need him to, which I think that's going to be critical in today's matchup against Iowa State. You want to force them to make adjustments, maybe bring down a linebacker 2, maybe only have 4 or 5 out, drop back, and rushing 6. But I think you have to force them to make adjustments.
You got 2 different teams that play 2 different styles of football, but they are in the same conference. The Big 12 is here on Bearcats Sports Radio, and we'll be right back here in a couple moments, right when the national anthem happens, and we'll get some stuff going before kickoff. All right, we will get to the coin toss here in a minute. Just a couple of facts here about the coaching on both sides. Scott Satterfield in his first year with the Bearcats, overall 78-51 in his career. What do you got to mention?
I don't know if people know this. I don't know if you know this either, but
yeah.
Remember App State 2007 against Michigan?
I believe we both know this, and a lot of Ohio State fans, a lot of Michigan fans, unfortunately, know that too.
Yeah, that's that name Scott Satterfield. It's definitely still in the heads of a couple Michigan fans.
Oh, it stings a little bit. You know, we gotta put that out there, man, because oh, you gotta love it, man. But yeah, Scott Satterfield, 78-51, 2-3 so far. Cincinnati hoping to right the ship today. You know, looking at the guy on the other side though, Matt Campbell, 84-60 in his career. 49-45 overall at Iowa State. Was on the hot seat last year. Now he's kind of off it. 34-32 in Big 12 play. And these two guys know each other pretty well, Chris. Isn't that right?
They do. They both were on the head coaching staff at Toledo in 2009, in which Campbell was a running game coordinator and offensive line coach, while Coach Satterfield was a passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach.
Doesn't it seem like everyone everyone like coaches at a MAC school or something like that, and they end up being coaches somewhere, end up being big coaches at somewhere, man. Because you got people from Toledo, you got Bowling Green, you got a bunch of people that end up at places like that. I believe Nick Saban wasn't he Toledo's coach? Like,
I do believe he was in the MAC.
He was in the MAC somewhere.
I'm not familiar with which team, but Matt Campbell, 2015, he was the MAC Coach of the Year.
There you go.
There's that.
Yeah, I mean those guys were really good at the smaller schools that they were at. Iowa State's been in the Big 12 for a minute. Matt Campbell's in there for a minute. Scott Satterfield has not here for a minute. Cincinnati's not been in the Big 12 for a minute. So there you go. You know, Big 12 football. Looking down here, I believe they just did the coin toss and everything.
Cincinnati's going to receive, it looks like.
Yep. Iowa State will kick it off to start this game off. Looking at their kicker, Keegan Shackford. He's the guy that's going to be doing the place kicks. And Chase Contreras is going to be the guy that's going to be trying to hit field goals today and extra points. But number 99, Keegan Shackford on there.
I will mention when walking to the stadium, there's a little bit of gust of wind.
There is.
It looks like it's calmed down now, but it was a little gusty when walking here. So that could be a factor in today's kickoffs and kicks in general and punts. So we'll see.
We will see. It is, the weather was just going from cloudy to sunny to cloudy to sunny. It is sunny right now. It's a beautiful day here in mid-October. Cincinnati, you got to love it. Back to return the kicks for Cincinnati normally is number 8, Xavier Henderson, who's their number 1 receiver. And then you got DJ Taylor as well. Braden Smith looks like he'll be back there with Xavier Henderson. Also, Braden Smith is also the punt returner for them. He's a very, very versatile player, very versatile receiver for the Bearcats. Keegan Shackford getting things ready to go as they're pumping it up here. The first homecoming game was played 98 years ago, November 14th of 1925. And here is game 98 of homecoming kicking off right now. And Xavier Henderson will take it. And he will get stocked up on the run at around the 23-yard line, where Emory Jones will lead the charge out on offense. It'll be first down and 10 to start for them. Cincinnati, like you were mentioning earlier, running the football is going to be a really big key today, and just limiting, time of possession and not turning the ball over. Going to be a very simple game plan for them and try to be really effective with it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup. I've been waiting for this game all week. I think these are two great teams, and they're about to go right at it right here.
They definitely are. First and 10, you got Emory Jones in the gun. You got 2 tight ends in the game, a motion across. There is Emory Jones taking the run, and he will get around 6 yards on the play. Call it 5.5, actually.
There's a read option look. Yeah, Kiner in the backfield. Jones made a nice decision, went left with it, got a couple yards.
Yep, just trying to find their way with this Iowa State defense. As you mentioned, a 3-3-5 defense. If they're going to get a lot of, open boxes, they can run the football here. Second down, Emory Jones again in the pistol. He got a tight end in the backfield. Here's Corey Kiner around the edge, and looks like he's really close to the first down marker. They will give him the first down. Got past the 33-yard line. He got around 6 on that one. They'll move the sticks for the Bearcats. Looking at the starting lineups for the Bearcats, you got at receiver Xavier Henderson, D. Wiggins, the transfer from Miami, Braden Smith in the slot. Here's Emory Jones in the gun again. He's got the tight end right next to him. Here's play action. Jones looking, pumps, trying to run away from it, and he's tackled on the play.
It looks like he was trying to go downfield to Braden Smith. Looks like he ran a corner route. But great coverage by the Iowa State Cyclones.
Yep, trying to get some longer developing plays going for them. That was Bo Frailer, actually, the 6'2", 220-pound junior that got in on that one. So he changed his number, actually. Here is number 9 on that. That was a big hit out of bounds. Wow. Malik Verdon on the huge hit. And that right there was number 9, Jaden Higgins. Actually, that's Iowa State's roster I was looking at on there. My fault. That was Aaron Turner, the 5'7", 185-pound junior from Ellicott, Maryland. And around on the jet sweep, he has 6 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown this year. Brings up a big third down for the Bearcats. 3rd and 4 from the 40. Emory Jones in the gun.
Showing pressure.
Here he goes. Looking for the deep ball.
He's
got him wide open and just overthrows D. Wiggins. Oh, he had him wide open on the post route, and Emory Jones just misses him. Would have been a Jones to Wiggins connection for 6 to start this game off. Would have been big. Missed opportunity, and the Bearcats are going to have to punt.
That was an easy 6, and I believe we're in the booth next to the coaches, and I heard them banging on the wall or on the table. So obviously a missed opportunity for the Bearcats right there. But what's going to be important is how does Jones rebound from this?
Yes, exactly. They're able to, kind of establish the run game, establish the lateral run game, and try to open up some type of play action and everything. And they had it right there. Just, maybe there's going to be more opportunities. On the punt for the Bearcats, that was number 31, Mason Fletcher. It was fair caught right around the 12 or 13-yard line. It was Jalen Noel. And the Iowa State offense will take the field. Rocco Becht, 6'1", 205-pound freshman. He was a 3-star on Rivals. 61st ranked quarterback from Wesley Chapel, Florida. On the season, he's completed 60% of his passes, 1,223 yards passing, 10 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, and it's the son of former Rams tight end Anthony Becht.
Yeah, Rocco, he has a passing touchdown in each of his first 6 starts, which is done. He's the 3rd Cyclone quarterback to do that in Cyclone program history.
And there's a couple good quarterbacks that have come out, especially, I got to mention him, Brock Purdy. Here's Rocco Becht in the gun. He will take the throw over, and it was caught.
It's like Jalen Noel, the reception.
Yep, Jalen Noel on that. They'll move him around a lot in the slot on the outside. They'll do everything possible on that tackle for the Bearcats.
And that's the 26th straight game in which Noel has had a reception. That was 6th longest in school history.
Keeping that streak going, man. Deshaun Pace was on the tackle there, the 6'2", 212-pound senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Here we are, 2nd down and 6 from their own 17, the Cyclones. Gives it off. And we'll get a modest gain right there. Iowa State rotates a lot of running backs in there, so it's going to be, be on your toes when looking at that. Eli Sanders, the 6', 205-pound sophomore from Oceanside, California, is the leading rusher on this team. He gets a couple yards on that one. 3rd down and 3 from the 20. And this crowd is getting into it early.
This is it. Sorry to cut you off. This is a young offense, so this crowd's getting into it. How will this young offense respond?
Yes, sir. 11:36 to go in the first quarter. It's 3rd down and 3 deep in their own territory at the 20-yard line. Sends a guy in motion was Becht. Becht's going to fake it, and he's going to run the ball, and it looks like he will have just enough for a first down. Rocco Becht with the pull was able to get just about 4 yards on that. and move the sticks. It looks like that was Deshaun Pace again who was on the stop.
Great decision by Beck. That's a gutsy call. On third down, and it's a QB run to the left, that's a great play call.
Especially deep in your own territory like that. Obviously, they're going to try to play it safe and everything, but, obviously able to keep the sticks going. Here we are, first down. You got a bunch of linemen on the field, traditional set. You got two tight ends, sends a receiver in motion. Now they're checking out of it. Here's Becht. He's going to give it. That's Eli Sanders again. He'll get a few yards on that one. Looks like he'll gain around 3 or 4 on that one.
This Iowa State O-line, just throughout the year, they've allowed 3 sacks the entire year. 3 sacks.
Talk about personal bodyguards up there for Rocco Becht, keeping the freshman clean and healthy. Here we are. You have got 3 receivers to the bottom toward us in the press box. You got a wing tight end. That wing tight end is actually Benjamin Brommer, the 6'7" freshman, getting some playing time in there. Rocco Becht changing the play call, trying to get an audible up here. Gets the snap, hands it off again to Sanders. Sanders tries to make a cut and will get tackled. And again, this will bring up a 3rd down and 2 from the 32-yard line. Iowa State trying to get the run game going, trying to get it established, getting their identity going, and trying to help out the young quarterback in Rocco Becht. 3rd down and 2, ball on the 32. Iowa State, a lot of subbing going on. This stadium is getting loud here at Nippert. Here we are, tight end set in the wing. You got a motion from Noel. Fakes it. Beck rolls out, throws, and he's got 1 foot in. That was a catch by number 9, Jaden Higgins, a 6'4" junior from South Miami, Florida. 2-year starter at EKU, Eastern Kentucky, scored 10 touchdowns in 2022 last year, transferred to the Big 12 and Iowa State, and they are moving it right now. They're back up against the line. Here's Rocco Becht in the gun. He's going to play fake. He's going to throw, and it gets tipped to the line of scrimmage, actually. That was a great play by Dante Corleone, the Godfather, as they call him here in Cincinnati. That's an NIL deal with Godfather's Pizza, actually. That's really
correct.
Yep. 17 tackles, 2 sacks. Was a preseason 3rd-team All-American here from Cincinnati, Ohio. Good things going on with him.
Talk about the heart and soul of this defense right here.
Oh yeah, I mean, big guy, big persona. He's done a lot of good things here at Cincinnati and still is really young. Here in the gun is Becht. You got 3 receivers to the top. Here he's going to try to take the show. Oh, man. That was – he tried to look for the comeback right there, but, ultimately threw it away. Smart decision there for a younger quarterback just to kind of keep things going and make it alive to the next down.
And when watching highlights last week against TCU, a lot of his throws were just one-read throws.
Yep.
Not to criticize, he really wasn't progressing through all of his receivers. It was really just – look at one receiver and go.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, as a young quarterback, you normally would have that split field reads, keep it to 1 or 2 reads possible. Here comes a motion. That is Brommer. They're sending house. Oh, here comes Becht, rolling out to the right, and he's ultimately going to take the sack.
It's a loss of a yard.
There you go for the Bearcats. Good things going on for them. Daniel Graziak on the pressure. Will technically get credited for the sack from Los Angeles, California. Transferred from Utah State and Nevada. Adds his sack total to 2.5 right there. Iowa State will be punting it away. Back to return will be Braden Smith. Almost blocked right there by the Bearcats. Fair caught by Braden Smith at the 15-yard line. And the Bearcats are going to try to get things going after their first drive. They missed the opportunity with Emory Jones, the D. Wiggins, see if they can bounce back from it. Looks as though they will be having a media timeout. We'll take a break here real quick, and we'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, we are back. So Cincinnati, we mentioned earlier, this is their 97th all-time homecoming game. They hold a record of 61, 31-4 in homecoming games, 19-4 in homecoming games since 2001. Have won 5 straight homecoming games. Offense comes back out on the field. Iowa State playing their 3 safeties. Looks like their 3-3-5 look. Here's Emory Jones in the gun. You got Corey Kiner right behind him, 3 receivers to the right, and the tight end under the left. Corey Kiner runs it, tries to get a couple. He'll barely get a yard on that one. In on the stop was Bo Fraley.
Yeah, and this Cyclones defense, they are tough. They have ranked among the Big 12's top 3 in scoring defense since 2017 and have limited opponents to under 300 yards of total offense 29 times since 2017.
That's very impressive. They're trying to take away the pass, and they're trying to trust their guys up front to stop the run. Here's Emory Jones in the gun. He's going to play fake from Corey Kiner. Jones looking. He has the corner. Oh, it's intercepted. Intercepted the pass. TJ Tampa from St. Petersburg, Florida, gets his 2nd interception of the year. Emory Jones was trying to force it, and TJ Tampa takes it away, and Iowa State has good field position.
Yeah, TJ Tampa made a great read on that Jones throw. Dropped back, cut off the receiver, and made an interception. 2022 All-Big 12 second team, and this is his 19th consecutive start.
Tampa from St. Petersburg. Isn't that crazy? Oh, man, maybe the Bucks need to go get him. Just get the name game going.
He's been like this.
Exactly,
He'll
man.
have a chance.
He's finding the ball. Maybe he's got a good chance doing that. Fortunately for Cincinnati, that was Emory Jones' 7th interception of the season. 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions now at the updated stats. The Cyclones will take over at the Bearcats' 34-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. Here's Rocco Becht. He will give the ball. Actually, he will take it. That was a really good play fake, and Rocco Becht will get around to the outside, and he gets pushed out of bounds by Jordan Young. He'll pick up 7 on that one.
You know, this Cyclones offense, they're averaging nearly 6 yards per carry in the last 2 weeks, which is 4th in the Big 12. So their running game is starting to click. Maybe they're hitting that stride. Matt Campbell said in his press conference, they're not playing to a level that they can be playing to. They have not hit their stride yet.
Yeah, I mean, you got the young backfield, you have experienced receivers. Once they get on the same page, it could be pretty dangerous for Iowa State and the rest of the Big 12. Here they are. It's 2nd down in 3 from the 27 of Cincinnati. Fakes it, throws, caught by Jalen Noel, and they will be in the red zone down at the 12-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cyclones. A nice RPO by Rocco Becht, was able to get the ball out of his hands quick.
Yeah, this is Iowa State is one of 7 teams nationally, including 3 in the Big 12, that has not lost a fumble the entire year.
Wow. Talk about protecting the football right there.
Yes.
Especially in the red zone. This is critical to get away with some points for the Cyclones. Here we are, first down and 10.
Fullback's in.
They've got a fullback, 2 tight ends, and 1 receiver out. Beck's going to give it, and a modest gain for Eli Sanders. Getting the stop on the play. It's number 22, Jonathan Thompson. The freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, gets in on the action. A lot of personnel changes for Iowa State. They had 2 tight ends and a fullback on the field. Now they got 4 receivers on the field. They're out wide in the spread. He's
empty backfield.
Yeah, going to send out Sanders wide to the top, to the left side of Rocco Beck. Empty backfield. Rocco Beck throws the fade and broken up on the play. Jordan Young. Jaden Higgins was trying to get his 4th touchdown of the year, and Jordan Young said, not on this one. To bring up 3rd down and goal for the Cyclones.
Yeah, it's looks like 3rd and 9. It's going to be a pass play.
Here we are, Nippert Stadium's getting loud. You've got a stack to Rocco Beck's left. You've got 2 receivers to the short side. Here's Rocco Beck. He'll throw, and what a catch! Oh, he dropped it! Oh my gosh, Benjamin Brammer. The 6'7" tight end had an unbelievable catch, just wasn't able to bring it down, and luckily enough for Cincinnati, Iowa State's gonna settle for 3 there.
That would have been an incredible catch by Ben Brammer, the 6'7", 240 frame, the freshman from Pierce, Nebraska. Since he's that tall, you're allowed to throw high.
Yeah.
And he can reach up and make those athletic plays. Just that one couldn't come down with it.
From up here in the booth, it looked like he just snagged it. I mean, he had a really good chance at it, but just not good enough. Iowa State's going to set up the field goal from about 30 yards out. Up, and it is good. Chase Contreras with the field goal. It'll be 3-0 Iowa State with 5:31 to go in the first quarter. We will take a break real quick, and we'll be right back for the kickoff. All right, sending it away will be Keegan Shackford. Big thing coming into this game was the turnover margin. Obviously Iowa State, Chris, you mentioned that they came in 3rd nationally with 10 interceptions, got one on the last drive. Turnover margin is going to be huge today, and they're playing right into their favor.
Yeah, they were tied 16th nationally and 3rd in the Big Ten with a +5 turnover margin. So now +6 for the Jones interception. So it's very important to take care of the football here.
Messy kick right here. That is gonna roll. My goodness.
Touchback.
Touchback. For the people not watching this, the kick was it looked like a squib kick.
It did.
And it just rolled directly to the pylon.
And Braden Smith, the returner, tried to do a smart play, hit his feet out of bounds and touch the ball, which would have been a penalty on the Cyclones for kicking out of bounds. But I mean, that was a perfectly placed kick.
If you're talking about a kicker trying to look like he's on a golf course and trying to get a hole-in-one and get right to the flag, that's exactly what he just did.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
It really
doesn't
doesn't.
get any closer.
It's unbelievable, though. I mean, wow. I'm still in shock about that. I'm still in shock. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know if he was really trying to squib it or the fact that, he just got a, real bad leg on it and everything, but it just rolled right to the pylon and was able to get right out of bounds. A lot of questions on there, though. I don't know if they'll review it or whatever, but, they are in a media timeout right now. We're going to stay on here real quick. Looking at a couple of the stats so far, Rocco Becht, 3 for 7, 34 yards. Obviously was given short field this past drive because of an interception that was thrown by Emory Jones. TJ Tampa was the culprit on that one. Again, Cincinnati they got to get the run game going. They got to be able to establish themselves and get more open throws, because on that throw, it looked as though, I think it was Braden Smith that was running the route. He was open on that.
He was open, yeah, but TJ Tampa made the better play defensively and cut off that throw with the interception.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Obviously, if you're staring down your reads or, guys are just able to make, quick reaction time, because there's, obviously it's like there's times they are reviewing this thing being a touchback. We were just mentioning that a second ago. They are going to review this. It's really, really close. I don't know. This is a tough thing to, to view. So they, have a couple more minutes on there.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a monitor in here, so we can't look at it, nor are they showing it on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, not not in our favor right up here in the booth, but we'll let you guys know when we get that. But yeah, I mean, you look at it, Cincinnati, their run game, they have a top 10 rushing offense in the nation. Has not been the start they wanted. They ran the football pretty well. Okay. So just to mention, they did call it a touchback. The ruling on the field did stand. It will be ball at the 25-yard line for Cincinnati coming out. It was a really close play. If everybody was able to watch it if you're able to find the replay of it, you'd be like, man, that was really, really close. Like, that's why we're up here scratching our head about it. We're like, was it a touchback? We're not sure. But they called on the field touchback. Here's Emory Jones in the pistol. He's got a tight end right next to him, 2 receivers out. Gives the ball to, it looks like number 26, Miles Montgomery. He gets about 2 yards on the play to the 27-yard line. Miles Montgomery, the 5'11 sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. That was his 30th carry of the season. Coming into the game at 156 yards, the second back behind Corey Kiner. We are 2nd down and 8. Jones in the gun with Montgomery. He's got a receiver up to his top, and here is Jones on the run. Jones has space, and Jones with a big run. Picks up a first down all the way to the 41-yard line to pick up a 14 yards.
Those type of plays, it's what's going to determine the outcome of this game. Great run by Jones, went right, found a gap, cut up, brought down to 41. Nice gain right there for Emory Jones.
A lot of schematics, they sent receivers down to his left. They had a single one on the right, and Jones was able to find the crease. Here, the run play, tripped up in the backfield. Really good play. It was number 23, Bo Frailer, who came down on that one. Miles Montgomery was tripped up on that.
It's like a loss of a yard on that play right there. Great penetration by Iowa State D-line, and this is what I'm talking about. They brought down a linebacker, made the tackle for a loss.
Exactly. They, the 3-3-5 defense, they could be really versatile with that. And they've been messing around with it so far. Only 5 men in the box for Iowa State. They send D. Wiggins in motion. 3 receivers on one side. Here's a play fake for Emory Jones. Has a lot of space. Throws it to Braden Smith. And Smith will get about 5 on the play up to the 45-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Bearcats. Play action right there. There was a lot of space for really anything to be done, but just dumps it off to try to get the easy 5 on that.
That's a smart play. Take what they give you.
Exactly. Don't want to force anything. Here it is, 3rd down. Emory Jones has 2 receivers to his left. The wide side of the field has 2 receivers, and now Iowa State will call a timeout. Matt Campbell spends his first timeout of the game and of the first half. It's 3-0 with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. And, Cincinnati trying to get a nicer drive going and trying to get some more confidence for Emory Jones. Right now he has 3 carries for 20 yards so far. Trying to get his legs going, trying to, make sure that, he remembers he's a dual threat quarterback.
And that's what that 3-3-5 defense does. It makes it tough for quarterbacks to make good passes and completions. It really puts the passing game in a chokehold. It's very unique. It's something we really don't see often in college football.
Really
so
isn't.
that's, credit to the Iowa State defense corner, John Haycock.
Yeah, and you think about it, a lot of teams in the National Football League have started doing it, their walkout of 4-2-5 or something like that. They have the 4-down linemen that are trying to rush the passer. 2 linebackers are able to hold down the middle, and then, a lot of people are adding nickel corners. They add a nickel safety. They play cloud coverage. They, have a nickel corner that's playing like a hybrid linebacker role, is able to cover guys out of the backfield. Don't see that a whole lot in college. So, Iowa State's trying to stick out and be a little more innovative in this college game, going forward. But, it's giving Emory Jones a little bit of issues. Maybe they're able to figure it out in the run game, open it up a little bit more, especially so they have some shots they can take down the field, like that first drive. They definitely want to have that one back because D. Wiggins was wide open.
Exactly. And 3rd down and 6 right here. Don't mind the crowd noise. That's just a promotion. The Bearcats converted 45% of the 3rd downs this year, while the Iowa State defense since 2022, their opponents are only converting 31% of their 3rd down attempts.
Strength on strength right there. What do you think they do on 3rd down? What do you think they should go to?
I think it's going to be passing play. I think it has to be something short because with the 3 safeties, you can't really do much. Maybe it's a little too early to think about. Is it 4-down territory maybe?
We don't know. Obviously, Cincinnati on their own side of the field, but if they get enough yards, maybe they got to roll the dice and try to, keep this drive going and try to get some points on the board and make this an even ball game. Looking at it right now, Iowa State's dominated time of possession, so far. They've had the ball for 6.5 minutes, and Cincinnati's had for 2.5. But 9 minutes, 10 minutes into the game, time of possession, it'll be a big thing going on. Obviously, if the trend continues, Iowa State's going to have, this game in a chokehold if they're able to keep, time of possession and move the football. Big drive here for Cincinnati to try to, get somewhere to close this first quarter out. There's 3:23 to go. 3rd down and 6. Ball at their own 45-yard line. Emory Jones has 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. To his left, he's got a receiver up top, a wing, and he's got, looks like Miles Montgomery in the backfield. They're going to run it. Actually, they're going to fake. Throws the out route. It's caught. And it looks like Braden Smith, he got 4 on that one. He's going to be just about 2 yards shy.
Going for it.
And there you go. They're going for it. They wave off the special teams unit, and Cincinnati is going to roll the dice right here. Sending in Corey Kiner, and they're also sending in Shimon Matire.
Yeah, bringing in Shimon Matire, the 6'5", 248 tight end. Maybe they'll run it here.
Matire's on the line. They got 6, a tight end. They split out Peyton Singletary, send him in motion. They're going to run it. Emory Jones will keep it, and Emory Jones will keep this drive going with a first down.
And the tight end, they brought in Peyton Singletary as well, put him as a receiver, then he motioned in and made a nice block, allowing the gap open up for Emory Jones to take that rush for a couple of yards. ending up in a first down.
Really nice creative play. They were able to, like you said, have Singletary come in motion and have more blockers come at many different ways and have Emory Jones have many different options and was able to make a nice play. Singletary in the game still, and they actually have 2 tight ends. Here is Emory Jones, play action pass. He's looking for a longer developing play. He'll roll out and he throws, and it's just a little too far, incomplete, but there is laundry on the field. That pass was intended for Xavier Henderson, but there is a flag.
Yeah, it looks like some defensive pass interference on one of the cornerbacks for Iowa State.
They're going to call it holding on number 8 for the defense. I don't have a number 8.
I don't have a number 8.
I think it was 5. I think it's about 5.
Purchase, yeah.
Yep. Talking about 5 right there. Miles Purchase from Denver, Colorado. 30 tackles on the year so far. Almost tackled him there with the holding, so, So Cincinnati will move up to the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Jones in the pistol formation. He's going to give the ball off to Montgomery, and Montgomery get about 5 on that play. Flirting with the 30-yard line right there. Bring up second down and 5. We got 1:46 and counting to go in this first quarter. Cincinnati is driving, sending a lot of substitutions in. They have Emory Jones in the empty set. You've got 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. A very, very, very shallow box for Jones. Jones will look. He will throw. Caught by Braden Smith. And a big tackle right there. That was number 7, Malik Verdon from Hamilton, Ohio. Almost a homecoming game for him. And Cincinnati will move the sticks for a first down.
Tempo.
Trying to get up tempo. They're running out of the empty again. Moving Corey Kiner to different sides of the field. Lines him up toward the boundary. Here is Jones. Here he has a quarterback keeper and almost broke the gap right there. He had nothing but green space in the black end zone, but it was a very good tackle right there. Going.
Big man out wide.
Yep, big man out wide. They're
John
in tempo.
Williams, the left tackle.
Yes. Again, light box. Emory Jones throws. It's caught. Shimon Matire. Touchdown, Bearcats. Emory Jones able to go on ahead, roll out, and make a play. That's his 3rd touchdown of the season. He had 2 in their last outing against BYU. Gets on the board early for the Bearcats.
And what was unique is Matire lined up as a left tackle, and he just ran a streak.
They were able to hide the tight end, in the formation. They had a super light box, able to slip out of there. Great play. Great design by the offense right there, right next to the coach's box. And they were definitely looking to draw this thing up. Shimon Matire, 3rd touchdown of the season. 6'5", 248 pound sophomore from Miami, Florida. Here, Carter Brown, the kick is up, and it is good. The Bearcats are up 7-3 with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back. We'll take a break, back for kickoff. Here we are back on. Student section is pumping it up right now, as they should be.
That was a great drive by the Bearcats. 10 plays, 75 yards, 4:49 time of possession.
Rory Bell will kick it off for the Bearcats, his first kick of the day after that Bearcats touchdown. By Matire, a 20-yard catch from Emory Jones to the big man from Miami, Florida. Bell will get this thing set. And he will send it away to Jalen Noel, and looks like Jalen Noel is the only one back there. Kicks it away. Noel will return this from his own 4. Trying to look for a couple blocks. Has a lot of space. Jalen Noel is off to the races, trying to stay in bounds and gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Actually, the ref will mark him out a couple yards back at the 41-yard line. Really good return by the all-purpose receiver from Kansas City, Missouri. Jalen Noel does it all. punt returns, kick returns, leads the team in receptions. I mean, he's been doing it, pretty well.
Yeah, he had 8 returns this year for 71 yards coming into this game, averaging around 9 yards per, carry.
Yeah.
But that right there, he took it from his own 3 on the right side, went far left towards the sideline. Got a nice chunk of yards.
He had a lot of space there. If he didn't get knocked off course, he was probably running to the house. Here's Rocco Becht in the gun. He's going to roll out. He's going to try to throw and does not get away from the pressure of number 49, Jack Dingle, the middle linebacker. He technically lost the yards, so it'll be a sack for Dingle.
Yeah, I think with this young quarterback, I think the Bearcats defense should start bringing some more pressure.
Here we got 10 seconds and counting in the first quarter. We'll see if Iowa State tries to get a playoff before the quarter is over. Looks as though they're just going to do it for show. And we are through one so far. Been a pretty entertaining one. Cincinnati Bearcats are up 7-3 over the Iowa State Cyclones. We'll be right back on the Bearcat Sports Radio. All right, we are back for the start of the second quarter at historic Nippert Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Beautiful mid-October day. Yeah, you gotta love it with this football weather. Looking at Iowa State so far, a team that's identity is running the football. Only 8 carries for 20 yards, only averaging 2.5 yards a carry so far. Cincinnati's done a really good job on stopping the run.
Yeah, Iowa State last week against TCU had a season-high 215 yards on the ground, and the Bearcats coming to this game only allow 100 rushing yards per game, which is ranked 19th nationally.
Definitely has been the staple for them so far. Rocco Becht is in the gun. He will drop back, trying to get out of the pocket, has a lot of room to look, throws into a tight window, and the pass is caught by Ben Brommer. Was able to catch this one. The last throw that he, was targeted. Didn't come away with it. Almost had a great one-handed catch, but was able to get the 2 hands on that and get a very, very manageable third down and 1 at the 50-yard line. A lot of subbing coming in. They send in Easton Dean, and they send in a fullback.
Expect a run right here.
Yep. Rocco Becht trying to get the quick game going here. Cartavius Norton's in the backfield.
QB sneak.
And it looked like it's really close. Like he was stopped. And the official will give the fist. It is 4th down.
That really fooled me because I was looking at Cartavius Norton, the running back.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was looking towards the line, or his coaching staff, like, hey,
Yep.
what's going on here?
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's a QB sneak.
And Iowa State's going to roll the dice right here. It's 4th down and 1 at the center point of the field, the 50-yard line.
They're 6 for 8 this year on 4th downs.
Tight set. Rocco Becht in the gun. Cartavius Norton is still back there. Sent Noel into motion. They're checking the play out.
8 on the play clock.
1 tight end, 1 receiver, and a wing. Here's Rocco Becht. Will give it. And, oh, it's Cartavius Norton, and he tripped by his own man, Easton Dean. What an opening of the Red Sea, and Cartavius Norton gains quite a bit on that one, but he could have had a touchdown if it wasn't for Easton Dean getting right in his way. Gains 20 on that one.
Looked like he pat him on the back and just tripped.
Yeah, like, good job, buddy, but it was 30 yards too early. 1st and 10, tempo still going, and a nice tackle right there. It was Rocco Becht throwing the pass out to, looked like number 49 for...
That's Steve O'Klotz, the fullback.
Having the fullback mentioned on there. I think that was Deshaun Pace that had the tackle on him. 2nd down and 7. That was a big decision by Iowa State on 4th down. Paid off for them. The parting of the Red Sea, but just wasn't able to make it to the other side.
Yeah, that was a gain of 20 yards right there for Cartavius Norton. We were just mentioning how the running game really wasn't effective in the first quarter. Best play all day for the Cyclones on offense.
Talk about his first carry today, getting 20 yards and having, all green grass and everything. Rocco Becht's going to do the pitch out there, but there's going to be a flag. It's going to wave it off. That was going to be Abu Sama III's first carry. What a name. We get a false start here. James Neal, the 6'6", 330-pound redshirt sophomore from Grayson, Georgia, gets the penalty. Iowa State, they have a really big offensive line. Their tackles are huge. Talking about James Neal, their right tackle, Tyler Miller, 6'9", 335 pounds.
And for a big guy like that, be athletic and only allow 3 sacks as a line as a whole, that's really impressive. That's great coaching right there.
Most definitely. Those guys are really well built up front. Here's Rocco Becht. He's going to throw in a tight window. What a catch. What a catch by Jaden Higgins. Not going to get the first down, but what a snag.
Would have been a first down without the penalty.
Exactly. They tried to throw the quick game slant. Higgins was able to reach his paw out there and get it down. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Big down here. You would assume if they don't get this first down, Iowa State would kick. But with it being 7-3 and early on, who knows? Maybe they want to roll the dice in this. Not too sure. 3rd down. 3 to the left, 1 up top. Here's Rocco Becht escaping pressure. Uses his legs and barely gets the first down. What a run by Rocco Becht to keep this drive alive.
He's making a lot of plays on his feet. You got to give him credit for that. The redshirt freshman. It's a lot of rushing plays, and he's doing a real great job.
He's keeping his legs going, and the offense keeps their legs going too, but gets stopped in the backfield. That was Cartavius Norton on that. Did not get 20 on that one. Loses some yards. That was a big tackle right there by Jack Dingle. Think about it. After a lot of these big plays that both teams have had, tempo immediately right there. They're like, we see something after a big play. Let's get it going and see if we can duplicate it again.
Exactly, yeah.
Here we are, 2nd down and 11. Sends a man in motion. It's Noel right behind Becht. Gives the ball off to Norton. And Norton will get about 5 on the play.
And Iowa State's running back room, very underrated and very young. They're comprised of all sophomores or younger, including 2 true freshmen. They're the only team nationally with no junior or senior at any position that has a rushing attack.
Not to mention their quarterback is a freshman as well. Very, very young backfield, but a lot of talent and a lot of promise coming up for this Iowa State team in the future. Here they are, 3rd down. Rocco Becht has 3 guys to his right. He's got, looks like Cartavius Norton in the backfield, send him in motion. Here's Rocco Becht, throws, almost intercepted. It was Jordan Young trying to undercut the slant that was intended for Jaden Higgins, and Iowa State will go off the field and they will attempt 3, trying to kick this field goal.
Yeah, Beck just stared out Higgins that entire time. Like you said, it was a slant, and Jordan Young read the eyes of the quarterback, made a jump on it, couldn't get the interception, But more importantly, it's 4th down now.
Exactly, and that's one thing that we got to keep an eye on, though. Obviously, it's a younger team, young quarterback and everything, and this crowd's going to get louder and louder as the game goes if it stays close, and it's going to be real big if Rocco Beck can try to make some big throws like that. Wasn't able to convert on that one. Here they are. It is a 33-yard field goal, an NFL extra point. Chase Contreras. Oh, fake! And Chase Contreras takes it, and he gets tripped up, but he gets the first down inside the red zone. What a flip! Unbelievable. Drake Conblock flips it to Chase Contreras, and Chase gets the first down. He's on the case.
Talk about some gutsy play calls this entire drive. The 4th and 1, running with Cartavius Norton, and now the fake field goal.
Matt Campbell's still coaching like he has his job on the line, pulling out all the tricks. I mean, that was a heck of a gutsy call right there that gets the offense right back onto the field, and they're setting up business in goal to go. And Scott Satterfield is pissed right now, trying to get rotations in, and yeah, looked like, wow, it was a lot. And Rocco Beck gonna get stopped real quick. That was number 4. Number 4, Malik Van. There's a lot of stuff going on in that time frame. We're still trying to, regain ourselves from, very gutsy call by Matt Campbell. A lot of substitution coming in. Here they got 2 tight ends of the game to the left side. They
comes the fullback.
Yeah. Bring in another running back. Here, Rocco Beck throws into tight coverage, and it's incomplete. There's no flag on that one. A lot of aggressiveness inside the red zone, in the end zone, actually. That pass was intended for Easton Dean. It's going to bring up another 3rd down for Iowa State, who's been pretty good so far when trying to convert things and keeping this drive going. They've done a really good job. This play has been 13 plays, actually. Here we go, Rocco Beck in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers to both of his sides. Beck looking, throws, end zone, and almost intercepted by Jordan Young, who's been a big part of this game so far, and coming back to play a little defense on the offensive side of the ball was Jaden Higgins, but there's laundry on the field. Let's see what this is.
Maybe.
Oh, a roughing the passer penalty. It looks as though they either got, I think they might have got Dante Corleone for that one. You saw Corleone and Rocco Beck were having some words after the play with the flag on the field, but very interesting.
A chance to get off the field right there.
Just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yep. Now it's 1st and goal at the 3.
Yep. Time of possession has been somewhat balanced. Not anymore, actually. Iowa State's kept the ball the last 8 minutes. Here the give. Norton, very close. Only gets about a yard on that one. There's some aggressiveness going on down there after the play between Iowa State and Cincinnati. Like Eric Phillips was getting into it with one of the tight ends. Easton Dean, they were both getting into it with. Eli Sanders back in the game next to Rocco Beck. He's got a wing. He's got 2, looks like tight ends that are actually out there. They're going to send him in motion. They're probably going to run the football here. Fakes the flip, and Rocco Beck walks into the end zone for an Iowa State touchdown.
You got 2 players down at the bottom jawing at each other. It's like Tyler Moore, the tight end, and
I think that's Jordan Young.
Yeah.
This game's getting pretty chippy right now. You see it, down in the red zone and everything, but Rocco Beck was able to punch that thing in. They had opportunities, and were able to cash it in and get 6 so far.
And made possible with the 2 conversions on 4th down they had.
Yep, conversions on that. A penalty sets it up, and Iowa State cashes in. Chase Contreras will kick this one and not receive a flip, and the extra point is good. With 7:48 to go in the first half, Iowa State is up 10-7 so far. A lot of extras going on right now between Dante Corleone and it looks like one of the Iowa State's, actually it's Iowa State's big man Tyler Miller. 2 big guys going at it, jawing right after the play, and We will be back in just a moment. That drive right there for Iowa State was 7 minutes and 45 seconds. 15-play drive for the Cyclones as they get ready to tee this thing off. Keegan Shackford will kick it away and will be a touchback.
Surprised they didn't onside it there.
Really, though? They got a lot of guts going on right now. Might as well. Oh, man. Cincinnati offense comes back onto the field. We haven't seen them in a minute. The last time out, they scored a touchdown. It was Shimon Matire caught the touchdown from Emory Jones. They hit him. You said they split out John Williams to the right.
Correct. They have the left tackle line up as a receiver, and then they put Shimon Matire, the tight end, as the left tackle. And then he just ran a streak.
Yep.
Caught the defense off guard.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. There's this guy, Dan Casey, who was actually was a coach down in Texas, high school coach, posts a lot of play calls. He actually has the Play Callers podcast. It's Play Callers Club podcast. Post a clip a day about videos and stuff like that. Hiding the tight end was one that I saw a couple times in there. Maybe they'll get film on this one, and they'll post it on the Dan Casey page.
Yeah, we have to check it out later once the game's done.
Most definitely. Get some scores going around the college football world so far. Looking at it, Alabama right now is beating Arkansas 14-6 in the second quarter. Indiana beating Michigan. Well, actually, Michigan just scored a touchdown. To mention a Blake Corum touchdown run. Indiana, Michigan, pending the extra point, will be 7-7. Ohio State is winning 13-0. They're playing on Peacock, so there you go.
I had to buy it.
Yep, got to buy it. You feel me? It looks like Ohio State's marching again on Purdue. Georgia was down early against Vanderbilt, 7-0, but they're up 14-7 right now. Georgia always starts slow. They're getting their thing going there.
They found their way.
Yep, they definitely have. Florida State up 10-3 on Syracuse in the second quarter. Florida State getting a new drive. Big games today. A huge one at 3:30. Oregon and Washington, a top 10 matchup out west. Going to be a really exciting game to watch with that one. And then the nightcap, USC Notre Dame.
A lot of great matchups this week. A lot.
We got next week, too. There's some really good ones next week, but,
It's college football for you. How about Big 12 team Houston? what they did Thursday.
Yeah.
We were watching the start of it.
We were, and literally people were buying tickets for $1 more than a McDonald's Sprite. It's absurd.
Well, that $1 ticket, saw an ending like that.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it.
A $1 ticket with $1 million finish, like, you can't get much better than that as Cincinnati comes out onto the field. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Jones has Kiner in the backfield. Two receivers split to both sides of the field in the spread. In motion, fakes it, gives it to Kiner, breaks a tackle, and gets forward, gets about a yard on the play. He was tackled by two Cyclones on that one.
Yeah, Tyler Oyendum, the defensive end for Iowa State, had great penetration. Could have had Kiner for a tackle for a loss, but Kiner slipped out of it. Looked like to be a spin move, or at least went under the wrapping arms of Oyendum.
Oyendum was in that one, and Joey Peterson as well. Second down and 9. The motion for Wiggins. Here, the play action. They'll throw it out to Wiggins. Wiggins with the catch. Wiggins gets forward, and Wiggins lowers the shoulder, gets up to the 40-yard line, and moves the sticks for the Bearcats.
Pulled flag on the play.
But, yep, there's Laundry.
It's towards us, so.
Yeah. I feel like it might have been after the play. I didn't see that flag there. He was making the run. Ooh, they're going to get a blindside block on Peyton Singletary. They're going to move this thing back, and they're going to replay second down.
Mental mistakes. That's one of the factors in this matchup for the Bearcats. I mean, the third down, you have roughing the passer, and you get a first down here that's taken back by a blindside block. Now you put yourself in the hole. Instead of a first down, it's second and long.
Yeah, your classic thing of execution, protecting the football, and not having any mental mistakes. It's been it's big keys in every football game, and the fans here at Nippert are not liking it at all. Not liking it one bit. Scott Satterfield, not a fan of it either.
They're going to place the ball, it's like at the 22. They're having trouble.
They really are having trouble with
figure out where the ball should be.
So it's going to be second down and 13. I think what happened was it's a spot foul.
Okay.
So I think he had a block, I believe, because Wiggins gained about 15 yards on that.
And he was open, too.
He was open.
Nice out route.
Wide open, wide open. This is really confusing right now there.
So it is a spot foul.
Yeah.
It was. They're going to.
So is it going to be second and 8? Oh, there you go. Official timeout.
So
as the very, very loud chants and boos of the officials are happening right now, it's it's pretty loud up here, I'll tell you that. They're going to get things figured out. The down and distance is correct. It's going to be second down and 13 at their own 22.
So at the stat broadcast on our computer, it says it's a personal foul on Peyton Singletary, accepted at their own 37-yard line.
Yep.
It's a 15-yard penalty. The ball should be at the 22. Now they got to confirm. Now we're back into action.
Took a lot of time right there as the band plays the Jeopardy theme. They actually have it figured out. Here, 3 receivers to the top. Emory Jones will run against the light box. Gets through. Emory Jones, a lot of room. A spin move. Puts him in the spin cycle and gets a couple yards up. And gets a first down. Gets all the yards back on that play. That was a gain of 14 yards. Emory Jones, nice run.
Right guard Luke Kandra made a nice block. Looks like on Tyler Oyedum, the DN. Allowed Emory Jones to catch a seam.
The Bearcats trying to space things out, get a light box. They've been doing a good job so far, especially that last drive when they scored that touchdown. Here we are, first and 10. Looks like Mattire's back in the game. At the wing, 2 receivers up to Emory Jones's left. Oh, they're going to
wide open. Braden Smith's wide open.
Trying to make a move, escape a tackler, and just throws it out of bounds. Like Chris just said, Braden Smith was wide open. They tried to move the pocket, get some play fakes going. Just wasn't able to get it.
I mean, he was wide open. The free safety, Jeremiah Cooper, was on his tail, or at least trying to catch up to him. And Jones looks like he saw him, but he was under pressure, though.
He definitely was. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of one-on-ones that he had to get rid of on that play. That was like Bacon was on that for Iowa State. Caleb Bacon. Here the give. Oh, stop right in his tracks. Aaron Turner stopped right in his tracks. The number 32, Jerry Vaughn.
Lost for a couple of yards.
Put the Bearcats in a tough situation to be 3rd down and 13 from their own 33-yard line, sending in some different personnel.
Bearcats are 0 for 2 today on 3rd downs.
Yeah, they got to get this thing going. You know, it's been tough.
Need 13 yards.
Here you go. You've got Jones in the gun. He's got trips to his left, Corey Kiner to his right, Xavier Henderson singled up. Jones looking, rolls to his right. Jones trying, but just throws it away to the sideline. And the boos mount through Nippert Stadium, and the punt team will come on and send it away with 5:30 to go in the first half.
I mean, the Cyclone defense on that play. They were doubling Xavier Henderson and Braden Smith. That's what that 3-3-5 formation allows you to do. It takes away the deep passing game and really eliminates you to make strikes and good passes.
It definitely does. It puts the passing game in a chokehold and puts an umbrella over top of it. Can't do anything about it. Here punting it away with Mason Fletcher. Back to return will be Jalen Noel from his own 25-yard line. Sends it up. High kick. Noel backs to his 20. And what a tackle! Right off the return. As though that was number 20, Oliver Bridges, with a big special teams play and hopefully give Cincinnati some life. At the 19-yard line, Iowa State will start their drive. That was a big hit. Shout out to Cannon.
It was. Talking about perfect timing, too. He didn't run into the returner. Right when he caught it, wrapped around, made a great tackle.
Good form tackling, was able to just snap a finger and, you know, drop him. I mean, Iowa State's going to have to travel the distance, go about 81 yards to get there.
48-yard punt by Mason Fletcher. He was a Ray Guy finalist last year, which is given to the nation's best punter.
Yeah, that was a fantastic punt right there, able to get the great punt coverage going and everything. You know, they're getting their stadium activities going on, showing former Bearcats who have scored. A couple of former Bearcats have scored against my Bengals, so that's not good.
They're showing my Browns right now.
They are showing your
Browns.
Browns.
Can't be much better.
Yeah, Jerome Ford, so, you know. But, yeah, you've got a game right now where there's 5:22 to go. Iowa State, they gave the ball to Cincinnati to start the game. They kicked it away. If Iowa State gets a drive going, they can get 2 for 1 to start the second half, actually. They can get this drive going, try to get some points on the board, go in at halftime, and get the ball start second half.
Yeah, I mean, if the ball is marked at, what, the 19? You said I go 81 yards. Last drive was 59 plays, and they went nearly 8 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, a big run by, obviously, Cartavius Norton, 20 yards, kind of bumped their average up. They're averaging 3.5 yards a carry, 17 carries, and had the touchdown run by Rocco Beck. They're able to get some things going, and Rocco's able to, make some safe throws, but have some good concepts going. There's a chance that they could, work a lot of the time going.
I'm talking about total yards as well. I mean, both teams are pretty even. Iowa State with 114, the Bearcats with 106. Both have 60 rushing yards each.
Each team has put together one very long and well drive. Obviously, Iowa State, when they hit the field goal, Cincinnati gave them the ball off an interception, and they moved like 20 yards. So, they were given good field position there. But both teams have had one drive where they've moved down the field, and they resulted in 7. All right, 1st down and 10 for the Cyclones. Rocco Beck's in the gun, and he's got Cartavius Norton in the game right next to him. Again, they do rotate a lot of running backs. Seen a lot of Eli Sanders and Cartavius Norton today. Just recently you saw him. He's got 2 receivers up top, a tight end to his right.
Showing pressure.
Deshaun Pace looking like he's going to bluff. Maybe he's going to come after him. We're not sure. Here, the fake. The deep ball. Rocco Beck throws. It's caught. Jaden Higgins. Higgins down the sideline, fighting with Jordan Young and pushed out inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. And a big play from Iowa State. Scratch to talk about them trying to go 81 yards and milk the clock. They'll just get it almost all in one play.
Flowing like Rocco. That's what they call it. What a great pass by Rocco Becht to Jaden Higgins. I mean, Higgins beat the cornerback Jordan Young on an out route, or excuse me, a streak route down the sideline. And I mean, pass was right on the money.
They were able to spread him out. Look, they ran an out and up right there, and they were just able to get space. And like you said, he beat him on there. Thought he was going to score his 4th touchdown of the year. Still might in this situation. But here they are at the 6-yard line. Rocco Becht's going to give it to Cartavius Norton. Cartavius Norton runs it around the left side. Wide open touchdown run for him. But there is laundry on the field. Scott Satterfield was running, and he got that call. Was
holding on Jalen.
Yep, Jalen Noel sprung it. Cartavius Norton got in the end zone, but obviously the laundry on the field is going to send it back.
Yeah, there's a reason why you went left and had a lot of space. I mean, Jalen Noel is just holding the defender.
Again, you could put one of those FS1 trucks through there, you know, like back it in there, and a lot of space for anybody to get through there. But, you know, obviously it comes at a price.
You know, both teams making a lot of mental mistakes.
They really are, though. I mean, you look at, you know, the penalties so far. You know, Iowa State has 3 penalties. Cincinnati has 2. Obviously, they're going to update it to, you know, another penalty.
Those are crucial penalties, though.
Definitely was. It was, you know, negating a touchdown. Rocco Becht, he got 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Cartavius Norton in the backfield. Rocco's going to play fake. The leak out tight end wide open, but he dropped it. Wow. Again, they've had a couple of opportunities today. Tyler Moore, who's listed as a fullback, a 6'5", 260-pound redshirt sophomore, wide open. They leaked the tight end out. What a beautiful play call design by the Cyclones. Byron Threets comes over there and makes the big hit after the ball is dropped. Big break for Cincinnati right there.
I mean, he had him. So now both quarterbacks have missed an open target that would have been for 6.
Exactly. Here we are, 2nd down and 12 from the 12, 2nd and goal, if you want to call it that. Rocco Becht in the gun, pitches it out to Norton. Tries cut back field. What a nice shoestring tackle right there. That was number 12, Justin Harris, from Huber Heights, Ohio. Went to Wayne High School. 6 foot, 195-pound senior makes his presence made on that one. Deshaun Pace tried to get him on the hair tackle, actually, but wasn't able to do that. Here it's 3rd down with 4 minutes to go and counting. 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. You would think Iowa State would try to play it safe here, but with the way they've been throwing the football and getting some open guys, they might try to take it all right here to the end zone, but they'll call a timeout. There you go.
Yeah, they're going to talk this one over. This is a crucial play right here.
Definitely is. Looking at it, Iowa State's 3 for 7 on 3rd down. Cincinnati 0 for 3. Cincinnati has the 1 turnover. Been real big so far. Man, they got a bunch of their yards, a bunch of their passing yards on that one throw. Obviously, it looked like a 75-yard play on that. 75-yard throw officially. It was Jaden Higgins leading the game right now. 3 catches for 98 yards. Got 42 yards after that catch. I mean, it was 33 air yards, 42 after the catch. Hand fight with Jordan Young going down the sideline. Rocco Becht so far, 7 for 14, 129 yards. Completed half his passes, 127.4 passer rating. The flip side quarterback, Emory Jones, 5 for 9, 46 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and a 112.9 rating.
Yeah, with Jaden Higgins, or excuse me, Jalen Noel, he came to this game with 31 receptions, which was 3rd in the Big 12. And this is his 27th multi-catch game in 31 appearances.
Wow. Talk about
one of the better receivers in the Big 12.
Talk about consistency, especially for a team like Iowa State. They've had success at quarterbacks going to the league, had success at running backs going to the league. Maybe have a reliable receiver in Jalen Noel gets a chance on a roster someday.
Yeah, I mean, this kid's talented. He's a junior. He's draft eligible.
Yeah, you talk about him. Let's talk about Jaden Higgins, who just made the big play. I mean, he's done a really good job so far. Obviously, his first 2 years at Eastern Kentucky, you mentioned he had 13 touchdowns in those 2 years, and he had 10 touchdowns last year. So far, 98 yards on those 3 catches.
If they would have converted that touchdown, that would have been their longest touchdown play all year.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, we were just talking about the fact that, they're going to, take the time up and they're just going to milk the clock and try to get this ball going. And and, really chip away at this defense. Get it all in one shot.
Yeah, go right at it.
Yep, they had that touchdown run, but it just got negated for a holding call. That was on Jalen Noel. But, puts himself in a situation for third down and 14. It would be third and goal from the 14 to say.
Well, this drive so far, Iowa State 4 plays, 67 yards, a minute 33. This offense has scored 4 touchdowns in under a minute this entire year, which is most amongst teams in Power 5 conferences. So they hit the home run ball a ton.
Oh, yeah, they definitely have.
They aren't afraid to go do it.
Not one bit. Here they are on third down and goal from the 14-yard line. The crowd is getting back into it. Rocco Becht is in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to his left. He's got Jaden Higgins to his right. They're double covering him. Here goes Becht. Looking, throws, wide open. It's caught. Ben Brommer gets his second chance, gets revenge on it, and he scores a touchdown for the Cyclones.
Yeah, looks like miscommunication for the Bearcats. They dropped 8 on that play, and Deshaun Pace kind of looks a little confused on whose man that was, as Brommer was just so wide open.
Becht put it up there really high. Obviously, like mentioned, Brommer is 6'7". You could put it up there high, was able to go get that with 2 hands. On right now to kick, Chase Contreras. We got to have, he might run it again. Who knows? But, they'll line it up here for the extra point, and he'll send it through. Right now with 3:43 to go in the first half. 17-7 Iowa State.
It's like the fan that caught that extra point just threw it right back on the field. I understand that, but
yeah.
he didn't wait for someone, hey, I need the ball. Just, I think went off the crossbar.
Give him a scholarship. Why not?
I mean, they should really have a net on that side.
I mean, really, you would
think.
coming
quick.
Yeah, because there's a lot of depth over there,
Sort of south end.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
The Ruckus is, yeah.
Yeah, but in the north end, I mean, it's, a kick's gonna drill you right in the face. They got the suites down there. There's no net, and then you got the stands that are right up against the field goal post.
Didn't they sign waivers? Where do they sit?
I mean, really though, you would think, especially if you have little kids there, you're like, well, we gotta, bring a helmet or something like that. Ball gets stuck in the helmet, like, oh, I got a souvenir. Why not? Here, the Cyclones get this thing kicked off. Shackford kicks it away. And it'll be a touchback. The Bearcats coming back onto the field with 3:43 to go. They got to get points. They have to get points on this drive. They need something. Especially like we mentioned with Iowa State, getting the ball to start the second half. This is a very critical drive and the biggest drive so far for the Bearcats up to this point.
For the Bearcats, the last 6 plays, going for a total of 8 yards. And if you take away their touchdown drive, they have 13 plays for 25 yards.
Yeah, and that, that 6-play drive with only 8 yards, that was negated by, a big penalty right there by Peyton Singletary, on an illegal blindside block. Here's 1st and 10, Emory Jones going to drop back and throws the swing out to Montgomery, and Montgomery gets tackled right there by number 2, TJ Tampa, who had the interception earlier in the game, which right there, his interception was actually the difference in this making a 2-score game and a 1-score game. Got the field goal off of that. Modest gain, actually no gain. So 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Emory Jones is in the gun, pistol. You've got Peyton Singletary right next to him. Sends Matire in motion. The run for Montgomery is going to only get about 1. That was Miles Montgomery. He's seen a little bit of time today. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, not much penetration from the Bearcats O-line. Running games, they kind of stopped recently.
Yeah. Talking about owning the line of scrimmage, especially with Iowa State only running a 3-man line of scrimmage sometime on defense. It's been tough. Emory's got 3 receivers to his right. Motion Matire is down as a tight end. Corey Kiner's in the game. Slips it out to Kiner. And just no gain whatsoever. They tried to get everyone cleared out on one side, and they threw it to the short side of the field to Kiner. And the big hit right there for Iowa State, that was, it looked like, Number
Frailer.
17, Bo Frailer.
He's one of those 3 safeties. I mean, this is his 16th consecutive start.
Yeah.
He's led the team in tackles in 5 out of the last 6 games. He's the only player in the Big 12 that's top 10 in tackles and interceptions.
He's made a big impact so far today, especially right there. Obviously, if he wasn't there and missed a tackle, I mean, that's a pretty big game potentially for Corey Kiner, who, obviously was Mr. Ohio football back in 2020, really good running back. He went to LSU originally, transferred to Cincinnati last year, his second year as the guy, actually really the main back now. I think there's a flag right now. They're going to get delay a game on the Bearcats. Not looking good right now.
No, it's not. Not at all.
That'll move them back 5 yards. Be 4th down and 15 from the Bearcats' own 20. Mason Fletcher had a good punt last time. They're going to send the house on that one. Mason Fletcher sends it away to Jalen Noel, who fair catches it at his own 39-yard line. With 1:37 to go in the first half, Iowa State will take over in pretty good field position at their own 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10.
And Cyclones, they've scored on 3 straight possessions. They had a field goal off the interception you mentioned, and back-to-back touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. So they have the ball, 1:37 to go. Let's see what they can get.
Yeah, the Cyclones walk out 3 receivers. Have 1 tight end. They rotate a lot of running backs in there, to say the least. Here's Rocco Becht. He'll throw to the outside. The pass is caught. Number 82, Tyler Moore, who dropped a touchdown earlier, but it was made up by Ben Brommer, who dropped a touchdown earlier. There's been a lot of opportunities for Iowa State to score touchdowns, but putting some on the board right now. Quick game. Rocco Becht hit as he caught. That was, again, number 82, Tyler Moore.
Playing with tempo.
Yep.
It's already 3rd down. It's 1:07 to go.
Oh, yeah. Jordan Young met him right as the catch was there. Tough catch from Moore. 3rd down, about 4.
Under pressure.
Chasing him. Rocco Becht looking, throws away. And Iowa State will bring their special teams unit on and punt this thing away with 55 seconds to go. Cincinnati, to mention, has all 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball with probably about 48 seconds, I would say. Have those 3 timeouts. Going to go quick. Going to take a shot. What,
Well, they've been struggling all game, besides that 1 drive on, creating some big-time plays.
Yeah.
As they run to the line, the special teams unit.
You would think in a situation like this, we'll talk about Cincinnati offense in just a second. Here's the punt. Trying to get a block on that was close. Braden Smith, he'll fake it on that. Tried to come up like there was the ball was coming at the 20-yard line. The ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati, with 47 seconds, will have the ball at their own 20-yard line. Speaking of superhero playing right now, Emory Jones, this offense will be multiple superheroes, man. Going down the field, they got to get some points in 47 seconds. We'll see what they can do.
This offense, it's pretty much new. Of Cincinnati's 22 starters in the season opener, 8 were making their UC debuts.
Yeah, you had a lot of transfers from bigger schools. A lot of guys followed Scott Satterfield. D. Wiggins. You got Xavier Henderson. I didn't follow Scott Satterfield, but they were all transfers. Those guys have been making an impact. Here they try to spread it out. A light box for Iowa State. Emory Jones in the gun will look. Will try to throw over the top. Nice pass. That pass was caught by Braden Smith at about the 41-yard line, and that'll move the sticks for a gain of 21. He got out of bounds, so looks like the clock will not start.
Great play. Only took 6 seconds off the clock. Found Braden Smith, who's running towards the sideline.
1st and 10. He's got 2 receivers to the bottom. Corey Kiner to his right. 2 receivers up top. Here's Emory Jones. Throws over the middle and throws it behind D. Wiggins. Pass is incomplete. Number 50 on that play. Caleb Bacon tried to make a play on it and intercept that pass, but just was not able to. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 37 seconds to go in the first half. Again, they were able to get that quick completion, but get 20 yards out of it, get a nice chunk play. Be really nice if they were able to get a chunk play right here. You got Xavier Henderson singled up down here. Safety's trying to cloud. 3 receivers to Emory's left. Corey Kiner to his left as well. Here's Emory, throws. Wow, and it got knocked away. That would have been a really good catch. That was a really good ball, though. It was just a great play by the defender. Put it in a really, really tight space.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great pass, like you said, but the safety, Bo Frailer, I believe that was him, made a great play on the ball.
Again, he's been all over the field today. He's done a really good job. This is a big third down here. 3rd down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 31 seconds to go. Let's see how Cincinnati thinks about this, though, because, you know, obviously Iowa State has some confidence when it comes to their offense and completing big plays down the field like they did 2 drives ago. You know, Iowa State has 1 timeout. Cincinnati has 3 timeouts. They're in a trips formation, tight set. Emory's looking. Emory is going to throw to Matire, and he gets the first down. Slips out of there. Matire kind of just hangs on the sideline and is able to just,
Injury timeout. It's like Malik Verdon, the safety. He's down at the 40-yard line.
Hopefully he's okay. He looks like he's walking off here fine.
Yeah, great play by Jones. You know, I thought he was going to scramble for it, but then last second threw it to Shimon Matire and got a nice gain out of it. Now in Cyclone territory.
Yeah, they're out of that bunches formation out of trips. And, you know, Matire just kind of hung on the sideline a little bit and was just able to hang right there when the void opened and, you know, was able to get some yards after it.
As you heard, the official said Matire went out of bounds, so the clock will stop at 23 seconds.
There you go. 1st down and 10 from the Iowa State 44-yard line. Like mentioned by Chris, 23 seconds on the clock. Matire did step out of bounds.
And Carter Brown's long this year is 54 yards, so that's about the 37-yard line that they might want to get to. The ball's on the 44, so they need at least 7 yards right here.
Definitely would love to get a first down to the situation, but like you said, 7 yards would be nice. Here's Emory Jones looking, throws to Matire, and he gets about 3. They got to get a timeout here. Gets up to the 41.
Matire just ran a drag route off the line of scrimmage. Got a pickup of 3 right there.
They were running a very long developing play as Xavier Henderson's coming back from the end zone. They were running a long developing play, and Matire just kind of, you know, leaked out a drag route. Able to get some yards on it, better than nothing. But, you know, obviously, like mentioned, Carter Brown's long, 54 yards, I believe. You know, got to be able to get a couple more yards out of it, especially a first down. You'd feel a little more, you know, a little more comfortable with that. You know, Carter Brown gets a chance to get on the field right here. This would be a huge kick for him.
Yeah.
You know?
If he converts it, it'll be 1-possession game.
Yeah.
Going into halftime.
Not much you could ask for when, you know, coming from a, you know, a half that has not been so great for the Bearcats, to say the least. Really a second quarter. Like the first quarter, you know, 7-3 at the end of it and everything. You know, they had a rough start, had a great drive to end the first quarter. The second quarter has not treated them so well.
It has not, no. Some self-inflicted wounds.
Yep.
Some mental mistakes that's really cost them.
14-0, they've been outscored by Iowa State in the second quarter. It is 2nd down and 7 from the Cyclones 41. Emory Jones is in the gun. He sends Braden Smith in motion. There's 3 receivers to his right, 1 receiver up top to his left. Tries to fake it. Emory Jones will run it and not get anything. As you can hear some boos surface throughout. With 12 seconds left, that play took a decent bit right there.
5 seconds right there.
Yeah. 5 seconds and did not get a single yard on that. They used their second timeout of the half. They got to throw the football here.
I'd say so. 3rd and 7. You know, Iowa State, both teams have a timeout left.
Yep.
So if they hypothetically say they were to run it, they get a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and the thing is, you can use any part of the field in this. There's not a, you know, a designated, you know, I got to get to the sideline. I got to, you know, take a shot or anything like that. That would, you know, not be the one to do unless you found a great matchup and a play call you were really confident in. But, you know.
And I think it really comes down to on how much confidence you have in your kicker. Because as we're looking right now, if they were to go for a field goal, they're going to be kicking into the wind. We have a south and north wind right now. The Bearcats will be kicking right into it. So obviously it's going to make that kick tougher.
Yep, the goal right here, got to get a first down. Got to, give Carter Brown a little more comfortability. It's going to be a big kick either way if they get the chance. Here, 2 receivers on both sides in the spread. Third down, Emory Jones, the drop back. Emory Jones will look and throws, and it's incomplete. That was intended for Braden Smith, and that was broken up by number 5, Julius Johnson. That was a big one right there.
He had Kiner out the backfield wide open on a wheel route. Didn't see him, decided to go a little deeper with Braden Smith. Ultimately end up incomplete.
And it looks as though they will be staying out here to go for it on 4th down. Think about it, it's a weird situation. 8 seconds, 1 timeout, no man's land. They get a first down, call a timeout, or the clock's gonna stop.
The clock's gonna stop. Yes, new rules.
So I mean, it's interesting situation here. Emory Jones
go for the Hail Mary.
Goes for the Hail Mary, and it's gonna be a little too far, but it's intercepted technically. So that's Emory Jones' second interception. It was intended for a couple Bearcats receivers, I believe.
Braden Smith.
Yeah, it was intended for him. Number 4 for the Iowa State. That was actually Jeremiah Cooper. Jeremiah Cooper, 5th interception of the season technically for him.
That's got to be most nationally. He came in the game tied with 4.
Yep.
That has to be. He has to lead the nation in interceptions.
Definitely has to. I mean, 5 interceptions in 7 games, 6.5 games, you want to call it. This has not been a great first half for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Down 17-7. Once we get back, Chris will take over from play-by-play. I'll be doing your color commentary. Until then, we'll see you guys after that.
Welcome back to historic Nippert Stadium, here to begin things for the second half. Your Bearcats trail 17-7 in what could be considered a poor performing first half. However, the Iowa State Cyclones executed when they needed to.
They definitely did. They were able to, run the football decently, but they had a lot of shots that they took down the field and a lot of great play calls that were having guys running wide open, and they had success off of that.
As the kickoff, that's going to be returned by Jalen Noel. Goes left, cuts left, tackle, no, breaks a tackle, 30, 45, 40, crosses midfield, 45, 40, goes down towards the sideline, 30, 25, and he's out of bounds in Bearcats territory.
He's had two really, really good returns today, and that one right there, great field position for Iowa State so far.
I mean, we switched roles in the first play. I mean, what happened?
I know. We switched roles, but Iowa State did it. They kept going right off the break.
What a return for Jalen Noel to begin things off for the Cyclones, and a development here. The rain projected in the forecast.
Yeah, this is exactly where Iowa State wants to be. They're up 10 right now, especially to start the third quarter. They're going to try to get this run game going and, try to, close this game out slowly.
First down handoff. Looks like Eli Sanders goes left, and he's brought down for a gain of about 5 down to the Cincinnati 22. That was a 72-yard return for Jalen Noel.
Wow, talk about his special teams numbers today. He had a return that was about 40 yards earlier in the game. He got that for 70-plus yards. He's done a great job in the return game, and he's our leading receiver.
14:21 to go. Back in the shotgun. Has Sanders to his right, 2 receivers left. The tight end Dean lines up next to Becht as well. We got motion, the receiver. Handoff Sanders, goes left, and he's tackled at the 22. Looks like a gain of 0, and it will set up a third down attempt for Iowa State.
Yeah, it looked like in on that play was number 0, Jawan Briggs. Iowa State's trying to establish themselves a little more laterally right now, trying to stretch the defense out apart and then try to take some shots over the middle and everything. But Iowa State just trying to stretch it and trying to find open spaces in the middle of the field to throw the football.
Iowa State, they are 4 for 9 today on third downs. Back in the shotgun, directing traffic. He has running back Hansen to his right hip.
They got a one-on-one down here with Briggs.
Gets a snap, drops back, looks right, fires. That is caught by Noel. Breaks a tackle right at the marker, and they're going to move those chains for a Cyclones first down.
Excuse me, I was meaning Higgins, but Noel got the catch right there. So, that was a big play right there. Able to clear out space, hit the check down, and, get those needed yards for a first down.
Iowa State now in the red zone. They have the ball at the Bearcats 17-yard line.
Taking their good time right here. There's no need to have a lot of pace right now.
Got 2 tight ends in the backfield. Running back looks to be Eli Sanders. 6 on the play clock. Right hash. Beck gets a snap. Handoff Sanders. Goes left. Breaks a tackle, but he's ultimately brought down right at the line of gain.
Yeah, that was Byron Threets who came in there. He shot it on a safety blitz. Threets from Dublin, Ohio. Coming in from the safety position. Did a really nice job of trying to slow up the play right there and not let Eli Sanders get any more yards after that.
Sets up a 2nd and 9 at the Bearcats 16-yard line. One receiver to his right. That's going to be Daniel Jackson. One receiver to his left, assumably Higgins.
This might be the first under center look that Iowa State's had all day.
I believe so too, yes.
They got 2 receivers out wide. There's one-on-ones out there.
Bearcats stack in the box. It's a pitch to Sanders, and he's brought down. Looks like Deshaun Pace makes the tackle. A gain of 0 once again, and we have another third down.
Pace was not fooled on that one, was able to shed the block really well and get low tackle on Eli Sanders, and it just sets up a big third down right here.
Deshaun Pace, the senior 6'2" Cincinnati hometown kid, led the team with 4 interceptions back in 2021 when they had that playoff run.
A lot of the guys that play up in the box and are stopping the run game, a lot of them are Cincinnati kids. 5'1" strong. They got to be strong here.
Becht in the shotgun. Has Hansen to his left, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Drops back to pass. Looks right. Scrambles. He's going to take off, and he's brought down for a gain of 1. That looks like it was the Godfather, Dante Corleone, making the tackle. And Iowa State will attempt a field goal right here.
Now the Godfather got a slice of bet on that one, was able to stop him. So, big stop there for the Bearcats. Cyclones trying to get 3 on the board. Cincinnati, able to get a break and not allow 7 right there.
Here's Chase Contreras. He's going to attempt a 34-yard field goal.
Watch a flip, maybe.
we had a fake earlier.
That.
High snap, kick is up, and it is good. Right down the middle. And the Cyclones gain 3 points on an amazing return by Jalen Noel that went for 75 yards deep into Bearcats territory.
Set them up really nice, and they're able to get points out of that drive. That's all I could ask for right there.
For the Bearcats, you set up for a field goal on this drive that started deep in your own territory.
Yep.
That's definitely a win.
Exactly.
It easily could have been a touchdown, but they settled for 3 points. I'm sure they're going to be happy with that right there.
100%. I mean, obviously their defense was put in a really tough spot. They were able to buckle down, get a stop, get off the field, only give up 3 points. It's time for the offense to put themselves in a really good position and try to go down and get a touchdown.
Now, with the 75-yard return, that drive was 7 plays, 12 yards, 4 minutes, time of possession.
Whew. I mean, that's the thing. Trying to establish the run. They ran the ball 5 times for 7 yards on that drive. 5 for 7. The one big pass that they were able to complete moved to 6 for a first down.
Cyclones, they have 4 drives in this game over 4 yards. Their most would be 7:45. That touchdown drive they had, that was 15 plays, 59 yards.
Yeah, they showed they could score, taking a lot of time off the clock. And they scored, with a big play in the first half, and they scored really quick. So they've done it in both facets today, and it's going to be really interesting because Cincinnati, man, they have to answer right now.
They have to.
Obviously, 3's cool, points are cool, but if you had to obviously, pick one or the other, you obviously want to go for 7, and make this thing a one-possession game.
And for people that may be new to the broadcast, the first drive, they had a chance downfield, and Emory Jones overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, I think that was the first actual throw Emory Jones threw. They had a called pass play that he ended up scrambling for and getting a couple of yards, but that was his first pass of the game. And Wiggins split the defense. Actually, wasn't even split the defense. There was only one free high safety. He just was running wide open, and just Emory Jones was a little off on that. Different story if they complete that pass right now. Maybe we're talking 17-14.
And then the next pass attempt, interception. Iowa State gains 3 points.
Yep. Not a good 2-pass sequence right there, but hopefully the Bearcats can get this thing figured out and we can have ourselves a good game here.
As the media timeout comes to a close, Bearcats special teams ready to go. Return men Xavier Henderson and Braden Smith.
Looks like my guy over here, the kicker, Keegan Shackford, having a little trouble getting the ball on the tee.
It is wet.
It definitely is. It's slick out here.
A little windy as well. And here comes the kick. It's a line drive over the head of Smith that will result in a touchback. Bearcats will start the ball at their own 20-yard line. So far this game, Iowa State with 223 yards compared to the Bearcats is 145.
You would have thought that, obviously Iowa State's thrown for 154 yards and Cincinnati's 83. I think the numbers would be flipped, obviously, for more experienced quarterback in Cincinnati with Emory Jones. Rocco Beck's done a pretty good job today.
He's made a lot of great passes. How will Jones respond to that Cyclones field goal? It's a handoff to Kiner. Goes up the middle, and he's brought down. Looks like Gary Vaughn made the tackle. Kiner with a gain of 6.
Yeah, they got to try to get the run game going. It's obviously tough when you're down in a 13-point hole in the third quarter, and there's obviously a lot of pressure. Hey, we got to get a touchdown on this drive. We got to get some type of points. And you can't take so much time off the clock. But, go back to your basics. They're one of the best run teams in the country.
Emory Jones directs motion, fakes the handoff, goes right. He's going to run it, gets a seam, dives for the first down and gets it. Dives down at the 37, and those chains will move.
They do indeed. And Emory Jones is able to get that motion and try to move the defense again laterally, and was able to open up a nice hole for, a guy able to use his legs and get a first down.
Jones, that was his 8th rushing attempt all game, which leads all rushers.
Yep, Jones is, when he's ran the ball, he's done a pretty good job overall. Get him out in space and try to, do things schematically. He's been pretty good.
Jones hands off to the running back. That's Kiner, barrels through and it's taken down at the 41, a gain of 4.
I know we're not in the National Football League, and I know it's not Good Morning Football, but that right there was an angry run. He trucked him on that one.
Looks like Jeremiah Cooper, the free safety, runs to the sideline holding his shoulder. And he is in pain. One of those 3-star safeties in the Iowa State's 3-3-5 formation.
Yeah, Cooper was not in on that hit, but, if he was, I understand why he went to the sideline because, Corey Kiner, he laid the boom on whoever that was right there. I can't even tell you. Just dropped him.
Jones has 3 to his left, sends Kiner to his right. It's going to be a run. Jones scrambles right, gets a block, cuts up the middle, crosses midfield, and he's brought down at the Cyclones 49 for a first down. It looks like over here we have Luke Kandra and an Iowa State defender getting into it, broken up by the officials, but it's a Bearcat first down.
Bearcat first down, all you could ask for. Like you were mentioning, you got Luke Kandra, and I think that was Tyler Onyedum who were getting into it for Iowa State. Dane's getting a little chippy. Emory Jones, it looked like Jones was about to get stopped in the backfield, but they had a really good block by Corey Kiner out there that sprung him, to get a couple extra yards.
8:33 left in the third quarter. Jones, empty backfield, fakes the handoff, looks, he fires it near side. That's going to be air turn. Makes a hurdle, brought down at the 45, a gain of 4.
A big leap to a big hit.
Sets up a 2nd and 6. Bearcats have it on the Cyclones' 45-yard line.
Yeah, Cincinnati sent in, it looks like, number 34, Caleb Schmitz, a redshirt sophomore in the game.
As he motions next to Jones on his right hip. Jones gets a snap, hands off to Kiner. Kiner cuts left, breaks a tackle, and there's a pile at the 42-yard line. It will be 3rd and 3 for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Kiner shot out of the cannon like Wile E. Coyote right there. I thought he was going to be able to go up and break a seam and score a touchdown on that. Great play, though, by Iowa State, making the stop and wrapping him up and everything and not trying to get a second effort. But, Cincinnati trying to get this run game established, very short 3rd down.
And it looked like it was a delayed handoff because Jones was sitting there for a minute.
He was holding it.
Waiting for Kiner, like, hey, where you at, dude?
Yeah, he was holding it, man. Kiner was back there for a minute. But he got out.
Smith in motion, left to right. Jones drops back, finds Kiner. He has blockers, 40. And he's brought down right at the marker. And it looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yep, they're going to give it. Really close. Really close right there.
That was a great play call. He had blockers in front. That's why I got a little excited. I saw a lot of space.
Yeah, you had, I think it was Braden Smith, and I believe there was another receiver out there. I think it might have been number 11, Donovan Ollie. On that, they ran right into each other. They tried to get a block right there, but they both ran into each other. Maybe one of those guys gets, doesn't bump each other and gets a block. Maybe it's a different story. Touchdown.
Jones fakes a handoff, rolls left, pumps fakes. He's going to run 35, and he's brought down at the 32-yard line. It's like a gain of 6 for Emory Jones, who has 10 rushing attempts for 67 yards.
Yeah, they're trying to get him involved in everything. That's going to be a big thing. They, tried on that one. It was going to be a play action back to his weak side, the left side, and trying to get some routes going. But obviously, if there's space in play action and it's man-to-man, Emory Jones is going to be able to have a lot of space to try to run the football.
Kiner still the single setback. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looks right, throws it to screen, and it's dropped by Matire, the tight end. He had blockers in front of him. Yep. That would have been a nice gainage of yards right there. But maybe the weather's playing a factor in this.
I think it is. Obviously, you can't tell with the gloves and everything, in the rain, it's tough. But right there, we're sitting next to the coach's box for Cincinnati. Really good play call design. Get the defense moving one way, set up a screen, something that they have not done the entire game. Had a lot of blockers, just were not able to capitalize on the opportunity.
It's 3rd and 3 at the 32, 6 minutes to go in third quarter.
Big 3rd down here.
Smith in motion, right to left. Jones drops back under pressure, scrambles, flag is thrown, goes left, and he's going to dive down at the 30. He's a yard short for the time being, but there is a flag in the backfield.
It's going to be interesting what they get. I think it's going to be a holding.
Number 75, offense.
That's holding on the left tackle, John Williams, the 6'5", 310 redshirt junior from Illinois.
That was a big penalty right there. I mean, I know Cincinnati didn't get the first down on that one. It would have been like 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, but, you know, obviously moving them back in the rain is going to be tough.
More importantly, the Bearcats had it at the Cyclones 32. Now they're at the Cyclones 42.
Yep.
That took them out of field goal range there.
They got it. They got to get some yards back. It's going to be tough to try to get all that back in the rain, you know, with it being 3rd and 13, but obviously we'll see what they dial up.
Jones has Montgomery to his left. He's going to run left, gets a block, 40, hesitates, and he's down at the 35. Not enough for a first down.
This is definitely 4-down territory the way that they're playing it. I feel like. I mean, they're holding off special teams right here.
Looks like Satterfield's going to go for it. It's 4th and 6. Today, the Bearcats are 1 for 2 on 4th down. Yeah, 19 on the play clock, 5:17 to go in the game. They're going to go for it.
Again,
Jones in the backfield.
No man's land right here.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Kiner to his right hip. 7 left on the play clock. Is it a bluff? 3. They snap a play. Jones drops back, looks, he fires for the end zone, and it is incomplete, but a flag is thrown. Intended receiver was Shimon Matire, and looks like the Bearcats will gain a first down off this defensive penalty.
Well, think about this. Actually, I believe that was D. Wiggins that was the intended on that. Remember, D. Wiggins ran the exact same route to start this game off, ran a post route, missed him on that, missed him on this one, but a flag was thrown. Keeps the drive going.
Officials are convenient, talking over.
You would hope the drive keeps going.
The 2 officials threw flags. 2 flags came out. Here's the call.
Okay. He got a holding and pass interference on the same play?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I really don't think I have either.
Defensive holding and pass interference on number 31, Jontez Williams.
It looks like Jontez Williams was taking D. Wiggins to homecoming, getting ready to dance with them the whole time. Unbelievable. Holding and interference and everything.
Bearcats have it. 1st and 10.
Got a light box again.
Cyclone 20. Jones drop backs a pass. Looking. Rolls left, throws, and it's almost intercepted.
Ooh.
TJ Tampa read the route. Intended receiver looks like it was D. Wiggins. He undercut the route. Luckily for Jones, it wasn't intercepted.
Talk about TJ Tampa, number 2. That would have been Tampa 2 defense, Tampa 2 interceptions for him. I mean, very close on that one. Read the eyes of Emory Jones. Emory had a lot of time back there, but Tampa was able to undercut the route and obviously ended up being complete. Good thing for Cincinnati.
2nd and 10, 4:49 to go. Bearcats have the ball on the left hash. Snap. Hand off the counter, goes up the middle, but he's down for a gain of about 1. It's just extracurriculars between, looks like the fullback.
Yeah, the fullback on that one. I think that was Barack Falk.
Yes, the tight end.
Huh. A lot of extracurriculars going on and everything. Again, that was another delayed handoff where Emory was just waiting for Corey to come after and get it, and obviously didn't get as much on that one. But, you know, again, I'll say this probably every 3rd down going forward. Another big 3rd down.
3rd and 9. Jones drops back the pass.
Ooh,
looks left. He throws, and it's over the head of Xavier Henderson, and that leaves the Bearcats with 4th and 9.
Okay, they're sending the special teams out right now. They're going to attempt this field goal for Carter Brown.
Carter Brown, the sophomore, he's 10 for 12 this year on field goals. It's going to be a 32-yard field goal. Brown is 1 for 2 and kicks between 30 and 39 yards.
What happened? They sent that safety blitz off the edge. They ended up trying to roll some coverage back on the backside, and they sent that safety blitz. It was a really good job by Iowa State.
High snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. Bearcats get on the board.
There are a lot of extracurriculars going on every single play. There's something going on. So, nice that the Bearcats got points. Again, 20-10. Got to chip away somehow. But The defense has to come up big here on this drive, give the offense a chance.
Bearcats go 14 plays, 56 yards, nearly 6 minutes time of possession on that drive.
Yeah, 2 long drives by both teams. I mean, you had, Iowa State had that, what was it? They had it for like 5 minutes or something like that. They had it for 5, and then Cincinnati
just off
had
7 plays.
Exactly. Well, 5. It was like 7 plays. They didn't get a whole lot of yards. But they were still able to chew up clock. Cincinnati, at least they moved down the field. I mean, they're averaging 4 yards a play on that one. Almost 7 minutes. They gotta try to get some things going. It's gonna be tough in the rain. It looks like the rain might be settling down a little bit. Don't want to announce jinxes, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think it'll be a jinx. There's a lot of scattered showers in the area,
exactly.
so the rain will be come and go. But how will Iowa State respond here in this drive, which is going to be a very significant drive? Becht, he's 11 for 19, 154 yards and a touchdown pass, throwing in 9 rushing attempts for 17 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Becht, though, I mean, he's done a good job today. He's being a young player in the Big 12 on the road in October. He's done a pretty good job so far, made some big throws. They're going to need him more and more down the stretch, maybe a little more off his legs, going to rely on the run game and everything. You got Norton, you got Sanders. You haven't seen a whole lot of Abu Sama III. He got a run earlier, but I think there was a penalty on that. But
Yeah, I think that one was negated.
yeah, I mean, it's really been Sanders and Norton so far today, but Beck's done a good job finding his receivers. Really, I mean, the player of the game so far, for Iowa State on offense, Jaden Higgins.
Higgins, 3 catches, 98 yards. He had that long 75-yard reception in the second quarter, near the end of the half.
Yeah.
But Becht is just playing with a ton of confidence. I mean, we've seen throws that professionals make, and he's dropping it right in the money.
Exactly. I mean, you talk about a young freshman like that. He's not big at all. 6'1", 205. A true freshman, to say the least. So he's done a pretty good job overall.
Bearcats get ready to kick it off. That's going to be Rory Bell. Steps up and looks like, don't know if that was intentional, but short kicked to the far side, and the Cyclones have it at their own 43-yard line. I'm not sure if he tried to go on the far side so a receiver could run up and catch it, like we've seen Ohio State did against Maryland a couple years ago. But Iowa State smartly called a fair catch.
Yeah, I'm confused right now because they kick it up only about like 20-ish, 20 yards or so, and you would think on that, obviously, the ball's live after 10 yards, but you would think if you're one of those guys, one of the gunners is as a Bearcat, you're gonna try to go up and catch that ball before they get a fair catch. That was really questionable what they were trying to do right there.
Yeah,
give some great field position.
Not really sure what the thought was right there, but Cyclones will get it. They have the ball at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, nonetheless, I mean, they're the Bearcats. I mean, they gotta get a stop here. They can't get up any more points. I mean, with their offense being, they had one great drive and had this one drive that ended up getting points off of. I mean, the defense has to help them out a little bit and get a stop. The offense can get themselves going.
Matt Campbell and Iowa State have 17 consecutive victories when leading at half. They own a 38-5 record when leading at halftime under coach Matt Campbell, who is also has his homecoming today too.
Yeah, that's indeed.
He is 25-6, coaching in his home state. He grew up in Massillon, Ohio.
Went to Mountain Union, graduated in 02. They know how to win up there in Mountain Union, I'll tell you that. Division III. They've done a great job. Years and years and years of winning.
Campbell began his Iowa State career with a 1-8 record, but since is 48-37, including the Big 12 championship appearance in 2020 where they played off against Oklahoma.
Did a really good job, and he's turned, he's done a good job righting the ship, especially after his first year and everything. And, trying to keep winning some games here, and obviously they can't win 10 games this season with them having 3 losses already, at least in the regular season. But trying to do as much as they can, maybe get to a Big 12 championship if something happens.
Like you mentioned earlier, people were questioning his coaching last year, and maybe possibly was he on the hot seat after going 4-8. Iowa State has the ball, their own 43. Becht calls Easton Dean, the tight end, in motion, gets a snap, fakes a handoff, throws, caught. That's going to be Higgins. Higgins goes far side, 40, 35, 30, and he's pushed out at the 25-yard line. I'm talking first play slinging in this weather.
You got that right. I mean, like I said, they were stretching out the defense horizontally. What'd they get? An RPO over the middle. Hit Higgins, goes over 100 yards. What more could you ask for?
Jaden Higgins began his career at Eastern Kentucky, had 87 catches and 13 touchdowns in 2 seasons. And like you mentioned earlier, he had 10 touchdowns last year alone.
Yeah, he's done a really good job for this team so far, 4 for 128.
Beck gets the snap, hands off to Sanders, goes left, cuts up the middle, 15, cuts back, stumbling, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's a Cyclone first down with 3:14 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Iowa State's having their way right now. They're winning the line of scrimmage, they're winning the passing game, they're winning a lot of things right now, and it's, controlling the game so far.
It's a gain of 14 for Sanders. Iowa State threatening to score here. Ball at the Bearcat 14. Backed in the shotgun, has Sanders to his right, calls Dean the tight end in motion. Gets a snap, hands off to Sanders. Sanders hesitates, and he's brought down towards the middle of the field for a gain of about 1.
Yeah, that was a pack of cats on that one. I mean, there's hard to tell who got it in first and everything, but, Cincinnati trying to get that, stop the running game and everything. But when you're passing the football that high of a rate, that Beck's doing right now, obviously it's not anything gaudy like, 300 or 400 yards at this moment. But, he's still being, real decisive with his throws and, done a really good job so far.
Iowa State with 6 on the line. The fullback Klotz is in motion. Sanders to his right hip, gets the snap, hands it off. Sanders goes right, gets a block, 10. And he's stopped right there at the 11. That looks like
it was Payson 3.
Byron Threats with the tackle. It's 3rd and 8, third down for the Cyclones at the Bearcats' 12-yard line.
Yeah, they need to stop right here. They cannot afford to give up 7 whatsoever. I mean, you get up 7, it's a 3-possession game. You give up this, obviously holding to a field goal. 2-possession game, the offense got to get going for that.
Iowa State, they are 5 for 11 today on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 8, 7 on the play clock. Becht directs traffic, has Hansen to his left. And timeout by Matt Campbell with a few seconds remaining on the play clock, and they're going to talk things over. They want the perfect play.
Yep.
Deep inside Bearcat territory.
I don't blame them one bit. I mean, this is the swing of potentially, obviously if you get points out of it, it could be the difference of being a 2-possession game or a 3-possession game on the road late in the third quarter. This is, this could be a game-altering play right here.
So far this drive alone, 4 plays, 45 yards, 3 minutes time of possession. This team loves to drain the clock.
A lot of teams have been doing that a lot in college football, especially with the new clock rules and everything that doesn't stop after every single first down, only inside of, 2 minutes in the second half. Second half, obviously, second quarter, fourth quarter. But, a lot of teams have gone to that method where they're running the football, trying to milk the clock, and just, trying to shorten the game and everything. And that's what Iowa State's in a pretty good job of.
And Iowa State has 268 total yards compared to the Bearcats' 196, 184 of those 268 has come from passing yards by the redshirt freshman, Rocco Becht, who's obviously flowing like Rocco right now.
He definitely is, man. You would think, in this situation, I mentioned it earlier, you know, a more experienced quarterback, actually a very more experienced quarterback in Emory Jones, you know, would have this game more in his threshold of throwing the football and everything. And Jones has done a good job of, you know, running the football. But Beck, I mean, he's stepped up. 184 yards passing, completed 60% of his passes, has a touchdown run, you know, in the red zone. He's done a really good job so far. And this is, you know, part of the development that Rocco Beck's going to have to keep having. You know, being a freshman quarterback, he's going to get, you know, at least 2 more years to, you know, be able to, you know, the rest of this year too, but 2 more years after that to just keep developing and everything. So it's a really big thing for Rocco, a big thing for his confidence to go on the road and have a good game like this in a Big 12 environment.
Against Oklahoma State earlier in the year, Beck joined Brock Purdy and Kyle Kemp as quarterbacks under Matt Campbell to win their first career Big 12 start. Beck, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns in that game against the Cowboys.
So, I mean, we've seen it before, you know, just obviously that was at home. He's doing a pretty good performance on the road. Obviously, it may not show up in a stat sheet like that, but he's done such a good job so far. And obviously to be on a you know, a list with a current name like Brock Purdy, there you go.
As the immediate timeout concludes, Iowa State and the Bearcats take the field. 3rd and 8, 1:18 to go. Cyclones have the ball on the Bearcats' 12-yard line. He has tight end Ben Brommer, the 6'7" tight end, to his right. Carson Hansen on his left hip, 3 receivers to the left. Jalen Noel in motion, left to right. Gets the snap, drops back, fires in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Coverage right there by the linebacker, Dorian Jones, and it is 4th down.
There's a lot of contact on there. Like I said, Dorian Jones is in there, Jordan Young as well. You know, Jordan Young's trying to coach up Dorian Jones on that one. You know, Dorian Jones, you know, the senior. I mean, both guys, you know, the sophomore coaching the senior right now and talking about the coverages and everything. But, you know, good thing right there. At least the Bearcats are only, you know, potentially getting up 3 right here.
Chase Contreras will attempt a 30-yard field goal, facing the ruckus. Gets the snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Right on the money. Cyclones lead 23-10, 1:10 to go left here in the 3rd quarter. And the Bearcats need a spark right here on offense or special teams.
There you go. I mean, obviously take a note out of Iowa State's book. Get yourself a guy like Jalen Noel is able to do both, you know, make a spark on offense. Hasn't really done like a whole lot on offense, but obviously in special teams he's impacted this game, you know, a great amount. Cincinnati this drive, you got to score a touchdown. You have to. There's no other way right now. You have to get 7 on the board like you got toward the end of the 1st quarter. At least get it, you know, obviously there's only a minute 10 left in the 3rd quarter. If you're able to start the 4th quarter, get a good drive going, get a touchdown before the 10-minute mark in the 4th quarter, gives your defense some confidence. Try to get a stop, get the ball back to your offense.
That was Contreras' 3rd field goal make of the day. And with kick returns, Iowa State 2 returns, 110 yards. Compared to the Bearcats, 1 return for 18 yards. And that one sails over the head of Xavier Henderson for a touchback. Bearcats will have the ball at their own 20-yard line, 1:10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
The rain has slowed down. It's actually stopped at this moment.
Still see a lot of ponchos out.
Maybe you take a shot. Maybe you take a chance on something like this. Obviously get a good drive going first. You know, stretch the defense out, find the openings, find a big enough opening. Maybe you take a chance.
Jones in the shotgun has Kiner as a single back, directs traffic, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Jones hands off the Kiner, goes left, cuts a seam, but it's broken up. Multiple guys on the tackle. Looks like the first one there was Caleb Bacon, the linebacker.
Yeah, Iowa State's done a good job of setting the edge. You know, obviously Cincinnati has tried a little bit of running off tackle. They've tried a bit of running up the middle. You would think, you know, running up the middle in a 5-man box, you'd be able to win your matchups. Trying to stretch it outside, those safeties are coming downhill and doing a really good job of, you know, filling holes and filling gaps. And, you know, Iowa State guys are shedding off their blocks.
35 seconds to go. 2nd and 8 at their own 27. Jones in the shotgun, directs traffic once again. Looks like Smith right to left in the motion. High snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left. Jukes makes a man miss. He's going to scramble, but it's not for much. Gain of 0, and it looks like that play will end the 3rd quarter. 10 seconds left. I don't believe the Bearcats will run another play as they look to the sideline.
Yeah, they'll just let this thing run out and try to get a good play call on 3rd down.
That ends the 3rd quarter. Bearcats trail 23-10. They're going to need a special comeback here in this 4th quarter if they want to win this game.
They definitely do. It's going to start with Emory Jones in the play calling the Bearcats.
Well, we'll take a break here during this intermission. Bearcats trail 23-10. Welcome back to historic Nippert Stadium to begin the 4th quarter. Bearcats trail 23-10. In the 3rd quarter, the Bearcats had 53 total yards and only 3 points. Chase, it's Iowa State defense. 2nd half, they're notoriously known for being good.
Yeah, I mean, this season opponents are only averaging 8.2 points a game in the half. All right, 8.2 points in the 2nd half, and only 158 yards in the 2nd half. They've done a really good job of stopping teams, and they're playing. Cincinnati's playing right into the trap.
Jones gets the snap, 3rd and 8, scrambling, looks left, and he takes the sack. Looks like Tyler Oyedem and Ikenya Iziagu, and that will set up a punt for the Bearcats.
Nice pronunciation right there. That's a tough name to go on ahead and say. But, yeah, I mean, obviously Emory Jones is out in pressure, tried to extend the play and just, ended up getting sacked on that one. Not good.
Iziagu, a 6'5", 260 redshirt freshman from Blue Springs, Missouri, gets his first sack of the year. He was also a standout basketball star. Now, Chase,
all right.
I understand you played college basketball. 6'5", 260, you're the coach. Where are you putting him at?
Ooh, I mean, honestly, with him, an undersized power forward, he can go in there and get some rebounds and stuff. But man, if he got a mid-range jumper, I put him in there as small forward. You feel me?
No, returns the punt, and he's brought down at his own 30-yard line. Cyclones offense will take the field. Scratch that. We're going to take a short intermission. 14:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. Cyclones 1st and 10 at their own 31. .14:05 left in the ball game. Iowa State has the ball at their own 31. Now the Cyclones, as they enter their 8th drive, they've scored on 5 of them. And for the Bearcats, 2 3-and-outs today and only 2 scoring drives.
Both of their 3-and-outs, they had negative yards. -3 yards on this past drive, -5 yards on their first 3-and-out of the day. Obviously 3-and-outs are not good, but in that circumstance, not good at all.
For the Cyclones, every drive, 6 of their 7 drives have had at least 5 plays.
Wow.
They have 1 3-and-out today as Beck gets the snap, looks left, throws, and it's almost intercepted by Deshaun Pace. If it was thrown a little more higher, Pace would have had the interception, but it is 2nd and 10.
That would have
31.
That would have been a big thing, right there. Obviously, if Cincinnati's able to get a turnover, I mean, that could change the swing of this game, could change the pace of it. No pun intended, but didn't know where Beck was looking on that. They're running an out route and a deep, a deep fade, but wasn't sure what he was looking at there.
Dean motion left to right, hops on the line, Beck fakes a handoff, looks right, throws one-on-one, great catch. That's going to be Higgins as he's brought down at the 38-yard line. Maybe a push-off?
Maybe. Obviously, you're talking about one-on-one, they're not going to see the hand fight, I guess the hand fight was pretty good. Think about this, though. Higgins is wearing the red gloves right now, and you're going against a red jersey. So the push-off, you might not see. It might be like, oh, it's only jersey. But in that one, I guess he got away with it if there was any type of push-off.
Especially in the game that's very fast when things can happen just like that.
Exactly. I mean, we were thinking about it. You were looking at, Cincinnati potentially getting a turnover the one play, and then you got a big catch like that.
Beck hands off. The Sanders goes right 30, and he's brought down right at the first down marker, and he's down at the 26, which will move the chains once again.
Yeah, this is not looking good right now for Cincinnati. They're getting beat in both the run and pass. It's just, demoralizing right now.
It's a slow death.
That's the worst kind of death.
Beck, that play was under center. I believe the 2nd time the entire game where they've been under center.
Yeah, they haven't done a whole lot. I think they did it their previous drive. They did it when they got a field goal. Cincinnati streaks on the line right now. 4 straight wins after a bye week. It is in mad jeopardy right now.
Beck hands off to Sanders, left. Goes right, gains about maybe a yard. There'll be no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the Bearcats' 26-yard line, 12:16 to go. For the Bearcats, this is their first 3-game losing streak since 2017.
Yeah, they are knocking on the doorstep of number 4, which is, obviously not good at this moment. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They got to hold them to 3 again and keep it a 2-possession game at the absolute best for them, or get a turnover.
Bearcats showing pressure. Beck gets the snap, drops back under pressure, and he is sacked. Looks like Daniel Greshik with the sack.
I believe that's the Bearcats. Well, I think that's actually their 2nd sack.
Yes, they had one in the first quarter where Beck was running and they pushed him out of bounds, which counted as a sack. So,
yep.
Bearcats with 2 sacks on the day. This Cyclones O-line allowed 3 all year coming into this game.
Yeah, and that was, the first true sack, they obviously, but still, I mean, that was the first time you saw Cincinnati really get a lot of pressure at Rocco Beck, because he's been pretty clean the entire day. Those bodyguards up front are a Secret Service, and they are not letting anybody through. Oh, Matt Campbell.
Campbell's calling a timeout. Play clock was winding down. He burns his 2nd of the half. 1 remaining. So we will stay on the air as it is a 30-second timeout. Cyclones have it, 3rd and 15 on the Bearcats' 31. If no gain is made here, this will be a 48-yard field goal for Chase Contreras, who has proved to be a reliable kicker.
He definitely has. I mean, obviously, 3 for 3 today on field goals. They, had the flip earlier and, got a first down. But the big thing is, obviously, they're building more confidence with him. Maybe if they don't get anything out of it, they might just be like, you know what, we'll take a chance. We'll try to kick this thing and extend it, to the highest part of 2 possessions possible in 16 points. So I think with Iowa State right now, they're going to try to get, some yards out of it. Maybe they'll take a shot and just be like, hey, if there's a penalty, we'll be in business. So, I could see a shot if they're going to send a bunch of pressure.
Beck has 3 to his left, drops back, rolls left, waiting, fires, and that is caught. That's going to be Jaden Higgins, but it looks like he's short, about a yard.
Higgins is looking like the good version of a Higgins here in Cincinnati named T. I mean, he's doing a really good job today. It's 4th down.
4th and 2. That is a gain of 13. And Cyclones offense stays on the field. They're going to go for this one. Hansen, running back on his left hip. 1 receiver out wide to the right, comes into motion. That's going to be Noel, and the Bearcats jump off sides. That's going to be Jordan Young, the cornerback. Mental mistake right there.
Demoralizing. Absolutely demoralizing right there. I get he's trying to jump a snap count and trying to make a play and be the hero, but you can't have those mental mistakes like that.
That one, he did not hesitate. Usually you see some players, they jump, they try to refrain, but no, he was all go on that one.
Oh, he was caught in the act right there.
Yep.
He just accepted it at that point.
Clock continues to roll, 10:19 to go. 1st and 10 for the Cyclones at the Bearcats' 13-yard line. Backed in shotgun, has Abu Sama the 3rd on his left hip. Noel in motion, he's in the backfield as well. Rolls out, back rolls right. He's going to fire in the end zone. That's Steve close, and the fullback with an amazing grab. Touchdown, Cyclones. Steve-O Klotz. He has his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Think about it today. So Rocco Beck just threw a 2nd touchdown, and that, his first touchdown was to a tight end. His 2nd one was to a tight end / fullback. I mean, they've been involved in the tight ends today. It's been a really good job. The play design on that, they had Noel in motion. They send him out on a fly motion to the back, fake the pitch, extend the defense to the left, roll back to the right, open it up horizontally, and then getting back there to score that touchdown. Really good job. They're able to, open it horizontally and get vertical.
Steve-O Klotz, the 6'4", 260 fullback, leaps up and made an amazing catch that gives the Cyclones a 20-point lead as the PAT is good and fans are heading for the exits.
Yep, it is, our Ruckus is down the drive. They're down the drive home right now. Not good.
Considering half of them left during halftime.
Indeed. That rain did not help at all.
It did not. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We will take a short break. Cyclones up 30-10. Welcome back. Cyclones are up 30-10. 10 minutes ago here in the fourth quarter. Cyclones have scored on 3 straight possessions. As place kicker Keegan Shackford sends it off. Braden Smith steps up, receives it at the 3. Goes left, and he breaks a tackle. He's down at the 23, Xavier Henderson, who's really been quiet tonight. Emory Jones, potential partner in crime, very quiet.
Yeah, he actually has not had a catch today. So, yes, he's definitely been quiet today. I mean, not been a factor. Obviously, we've seen a lot of times where Henderson's coming back from deep. Like there's been a lot of deep design plays they've been trying to get to him and just haven't been able to do it. You see him walking back from the end zone from 50 yards out, and it's just like, it's really frustrating that they're not able to get anything going.
He came into this game second in the Big 12 with nearly 83 yards per game and 4th with 30 receptions. It's going to be a fake handoff. Jones rolls left, fires across the middle. Wide open was Aaron Turner, and Jones misses the throw.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting, unfortunately very tired of Emory Jones right now. It's hadn't been great. 12 for 24, 90 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. The one pick was
end zone,
yeah,
and a half.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people are not too happy right now with Emory Jones.
Well, Iowa State Cyclone fans might be.
Well, yeah, indeed.
Jones gets a snap. All day to throw. Dishes off. That's going to be Miles Montgomery. And he gains about 3 yards in that. That will set up a 3rd and 7 at the Bearcats' 26-yard line. Down by 20.
Yep, you just got to get some confidence and just, move with tempo.
Playing with tempo. Jones looking. Fires downfield and incomplete.
Nope.
But a late flag comes in.
Okay.
Intended receiver was Shimon Matire, who already has a touchdown in this game. Matter of fact, the only Bearcat touchdown today.
Yeah, number 7 went for 7 right there. The only score they had, but, tight ends trying to make one-handed catches today, hasn't been too successful, but that one resulted in a flag.
It's pass interference on Tayshawn James, the defensive back for the Cyclones. And that'll put the ball at the Bearcats' 41-yard line. 9:23 to go. Excuse me, 41-yard line.
It was a late flag. I didn't expect, obviously it was blanket coverage. Maybe it was too much of a blanket coverage, obviously, for they call pass interference, but got more life for the Bearcats right now.
A tire in motion to the right side. Jones drops back the pass. Under pressure, steps up. He's going to fire deep downfield. Xavier Henderson. It's incomplete, but there is a flag as well near the line of scrimmage. Here's the call. That's the center, Gavin Gerhardt, the 6'4", 305-pound lineman from Siena, Ohio. He started all 13 games at center last year, gets called for the holding.
Good old Xenia, man. 20 minutes from my hometown. Former Xenia Buccaneer did a really good job out there, and, Gavin, he's been here for a minute, and, the anchor of this offensive line.
That is the Bearcats.
It looks like there's 6 penalty. I don't know if it's updated yet, but at least 6 penalty right there.
Jones gets the snap, rolls right, throws. That's Matire, makes the catch, and he's tackled at the 33-yard line, a gain of 2.
See, they're not really able to do any longer developing plays when they're, getting penalties, holding calls. They're not really able to, do any longer developing plays, especially with Iowa State's, clouded coverage of 3 safeties.
Tempo. Jones steps up, rolls right. He's going to roll. Scrambles past the 40, down at the 42, and that is right back where the original rain's starting to come down again. It's 3rd down and 9 at the 42. Jones has Miles Montgomery on his right hip, 2 receivers right, 2 left, gets a snap, drops back the pass, looking, steps up, ball is out. Recovered by Jones at the 36, and that is 4th down. Looks like possibly Bo Frailer, one of the safeties, got a hand on it, or rather Trent Jones III, DN, from Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
Yeah, they're just going to, looks like almost throw the towel in right now and just go on ahead and punt it and, let the game go on. It was another longer developing play. We saw why it hasn't worked. They finally got back to Emory Jones and, got a hand on his arm and got the ball out. Pretty big play there.
Bearcats punt, back to receive it. That's going to be Jalen Noel. Sees it at the 13, slides down to 15. Possibly a late hit, but officials are not going to call it. Looks like it was unintentional. But on that play, the force of fumble, that was Trent Jones III beating right tackle DeAndre Buford, the transfer from Kentucky. Force a fumble and make the Bearcats punt.
Yep.
7:36 to go in the 4th quarter. Bearcats down by 20. We will be right back. Welcome back to Nippert Stadium on this day of homecoming, in which the Cyclones have spoiled. They are up by 20 with 7:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. And that last Bearcats drive, 5 plays, 14 yards, 2 minutes.
Has not been good at all today. It really hasn't. They haven't gotten any long drives. They have 1 or 2 long drives, but they haven't really gotten a lot of long drives, a lot of yards, time of possession. It's just not been good all day.
Iowa State has the ball at the 15. It's a handoff. It looks like Cartavius Norton, gain of 0. So I'll set up a 2nd and 10. And for the Bearcats, coming off a bye week, they had plenty of time to prepare for this game.
Yep. I mean, this is obviously, they've won 4 straight games after the bye, and obviously those were all under Luke Fickell, a little different under Scott Satterfield. But think about it. I mean, you got 2 weeks to prepare. You lost a tough one out west against BYU. You come back home. Homecoming, try to be energized, but just the offense was not energized today, and the defense, was tested.
Back throws, far right side, intended target was Jaden Higgins, but a late flag comes in.
Late.
I mean, late. It looks like defensive holding or passing interference. Maybe Jordan Young, one of the cornerbacks.
Yeah, it looked like he was holding him. It did, but it was just such a long time, so delayed in throwing a flag. Oh, okay.
An eligible receiver downfield. Number 75, offense. Pass interference. Number 1, defense. The foul's offset. Replay it down.
As you heard the official there, offsetting penalties, an eligible man downfield would be the left tackle, James Neal, and defensive pass interference on Bearcats cornerback Jordan Young, the 6-foot redshirt sophomore from Tampa, Florida. So they will replay the down. 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. 6:52 to go. Backed in the backfield, has 2 receivers left, 1 to his right. Gets the snap, hands it off. That looks like it's Sanders. Sanders gets a gain of about 7 on that play, right up the gut. That'll make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, they're going to keep it pretty simple the rest of the way. Obviously, there's only 6.5 minutes to go. Not try to force anything. Try to run the football, get some easier passing plays, just keep a drive going and, burn more clock. It's going to be really simple the rest of the way.
Iowa State has a bye week next week, and at this rate, this score, there's no better way to enter a bye week than a nice road conference win.
Exactly, and that's, the thing is, looking after for Iowa State, they play at Baylor October the 28th. Cincinnati plays at home versus Baylor next week on family weekend. So these 2 teams are going to get a dose of Baylor within the next 2 weeks, going forward. And then after Baylor for Cincinnati, they go to play at Oklahoma State, who Iowa State defeated 34-27, where Rocco Becht had the best game of his career early in September.
Dante Corleone makes a tackle for a loss for the Bearcats, forcing the Cyclones to punt on a 4th and 3. Cyclones punter is Tyler Perkins, averages 45 yards per punt and has a punt this year that's 70 yards, 1 of 10 punts this year. Wow. He boots it from his 10. It's like the wind's playing a factor in that one as that one drops down at the Bearcats, the Bearcats' own 47-yard line.
That thing hung in the air for quite a while, just didn't go that far.
5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Cyclones on the verge of victory. We will take a media timeout. Welcome back to Nippert Stadium. A quarterback change. Brady Lichtenberg, the backup, is in. Looks like Satterfield's waving the white flag on this one. Catch by Braden Smith at the 50-yard line. That is a gain of 3. Bearcats moving with tempo.
The starters are still in the game.
Starters are still in.
Except for Brady, yeah. I mean, he's the only backup in the game right now.
Hand off to Kiner, goes up the middle, and he's brought down a yard short of the marker at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 1, under 5 minutes to go.
Obviously, I don't want to be the guy that tries to start any controversy, but 4 straight losses. You got a sophomore quarterback right now. Obviously, I know it's very small sample time, when having him in the game right now, and a 20-point deficit. But, Lichtenberg, 6'1", 208-pound sophomore from Toledo, Ohio. Maybe we see him in the future, Maybe this year. I mean, there's a big question.
He has some action this year in the season opener against Eastern Kentucky. He went 4 for 4, 93 yards and a touchdown. This is a flag on the play. Yeah, Iowa State was substituting late right there. Had a lot of players running on and off the field. They get penalized for illegal substitution. Ball at the 39-yard line. He has Kiner behind him, the fullback to his right hip. 2 receivers right. It's me hand off to Kiner. He's tackled for a loss. I mean, blown up.
Well, hold on. Okay.
They say he's down.
Yeah, I figured he was down. It was just the fact, he was able to, get up right there. But, man, he was blown up. Who was that number?
Tyler Onyedom.
Yep.
Explosive play off the line of scrimmage.
I think he was like, I got to go out of the game. I'm going to jump. Come on, man. 6'4", 295 pounds coming off the edge. That's a pretty scary match right there.
Lichtenberg collapsed, but no snap. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. Kiner off his left hip again.
See if they air out Lichtenberg a little bit. See if he can
drops back, looks right, under pressure, scrambles right. He's going to take off, but he's down at the 41-yard line.
He got a couple yards on that. I mean, that was a real tough run trying to get out of the pocket. Lichtenberg, obviously, not that big of a guy, 6'1", 208. Different style, but, we'll see what he's got on 3rd down here. Xavier Henderson just
jogging through
right
the field.
Now.
You can tell maybe not happy with his performance.
Yeah.
3rd and 12 on the 41. Lichtenberg gets a snap, drops back, looking, all day to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's going to fire across the middle. Intended receiver looks like that was Xavier Henderson, but it was just short.
It looked like that ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, if I'm not mistaken, because he did step up and saw Henderson break on a 10 or 15-yard dig right there. But, I believe that ball did get tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Bearcats have to go for it on 4th down. They are 1 for 2 today. It is 4th and 12 on the Cyclones 41. 2 receivers left and right. Kiner to the right on the hip. Drops back the pass. Looking. Under pressure. Throws. And that is incomplete. Intended receiver was D. Wiggins. No flag. And the Bearcats turnover on downs.
Iowa State, I mean, what a performance today by the Cyclones. I know they're 4-3. Obviously they've, lost some games. Obviously they lost to Iowa, close one. Lost to Ohio in a close one. And that was where people were like, Matt Campbell off with his head. But, Oklahoma's a really good football team. But, this is, like Nick's mentioned, this is a great thing to go into the bye like this. And, maybe they gain some steam going in to late October and early November.
Cyclone faithful that traveled from Ames, Iowa, all here to Cincinnati are having a great time. It's a handoff to Sanders, goes right, cuts up in the middle, and he's down at the Bearcats' 47-yard line, a gain of 11.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Rocco grow up in our eyes. Man. He's growing up right in front of us. Is 15 for 25, 241, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 106.7 rating. He's looked really comfortable. Those big hogs up front have done their jobs. They've ran the ball about 98 yards. Obviously the yards per carry 2.9, but
having the ability to throw the football. I mean, it's been really big for Iowa State today.
Hand off to Carson again, up the middle, into the pile of Bearcats and Cyclones fighting at the line of scrimmage in the trenches for a gain of 1. Ball at the 46, 2:18 left to go in this game. 2nd and 9.
I mean, props to the ruckus that's still there. I mean, it's only about 3 or 4 rows over there on both sides, but, been a rough day. Iowa State fan base has traveled pretty well, all over there around like the 20-yard line behind Iowa State's bench going toward the rec center.
12 personnel. It's a handoff to Sanders again, up the middle. A gain of 4 to the 43-yard line. That will set up 3rd and 6 for the Cyclones. 1:30 left to go. And they need 6 more yards to officially end this game. Substitute.
We got some new guys in the game. Looks like some receivers. I'll just let this thing run down a bit. And
10 left on the play clock. Back to look at his play card. He has Sanders behind him. 3, 2, 1. And timeout taken by Iowa State as their last timeout with 58 seconds left to go in the game.
Iowa State, their final of the half. It'll be a full timeout.
Yeah, there's some other Big 12 action that's going on later today. This is the only game that's going on right now. They've got 3 other matchups on their way up in the Big 12.
So later today at 3:30, after the conclusion of Iowa State Cincinnati on Fox Sports 1, Kansas plays Oklahoma State. And at 3:30 as well on ESPN, BYU plays TCU. 7 o'clock primetime slot on Fox Sports 1. Kansas State will play Texas Tech. Texas Tech favored by 1 point.
Very interesting line right there, you got to say. I mean, FS1, Big 12, shaking hands, you feel me? They got the whole day decked out.
Here we go, 3rd and 6. Out of the timeout. Backed in the shotgun, has Hansen behind him. 12 personnel. 15 on the play clock. Snap. It's handoff left. Hansen cuts it, but he dives. Looks like he was chipped by a Bearcat defender. Maybe Todd Bumphus. That makes it 4th down, 47 seconds to go, and Satterfield's not even going to bother to call a timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah, there's going to be about a 13-second differential when, the play is snapped, and, the play clock's still going to be, a little bit of filler time still in there.
27 seconds left to go. 4th and 4. Cyclones have it on the Bearcats 42. 8 left on the play clock. Down to 4. Backed. Gets a snap. Handoff to Hansen. Goes right. Gets the first down up the middle. Down to the 34. And that will do it.
Wouldn't want to end the game any other way for Iowa State. What a way.
The Cyclones from Amos come into Cincinnati and spoil homecoming as they defeat the Bearcats 30-10. Redshirt freshman quarterback Rocco Becht, 15 for 25, 241 yards and 2 touchdowns as his impressive campaign continues for the Cyclones.
I mean, you look at, obviously you can go first, but you look at players, players of this game so far. I mean, you got, Jaden Higgins stands out the biggest. 6 for 172, had the huge play, 75-yard play in the second quarter. Rocco Becht, of course. Cincinnati side, wasn't really a whole lot of offense going, but, Emory Jones was the run game. Didn't break 100 yards passing. Just a rough day for Cincinnati offense in general.
And you look at Iowa State rushing as well. They have 5 rushers, including the kicker, which they went for it on 4th down early in the first half, and they converted. They had 38 rushes for 123 yards, averaging 3 yards per carry in a touchdown, but the main focus of this team is not running. The last couple of weeks, it started to click for them, but this is a fairly true passing first team, and we know Beck loves his tight ends.
Indeed.
I believe both touchdowns went to tight ends.
Indeed, they ran a lot of plays for tight ends. He's like you said, both touchdowns were to his tight ends. They use a lot of guys, the tight ends and fullbacks. They did a really good job today in scheming up and getting receivers open, getting the tight ends open, and slipping out of the backfield. It's coming to slip out of a lot of traffic over the middle. There were a lot of guys running wide open, and Rocco Beck was on point today.
For the Bearcats, like you mentioned earlier, Emory Jones, not the best day today. 14 for 26, 96 yards, interception, and 2 picks, along with 72 rushing yards. However, for the Bearcats, their main identity, known for rushing, was held to 3.5 yards per carry.
I mean, other than Emory Jones, he led the team with 15 attempts for 72 yards. Corey Kiner, the main guy, at 11 for 29. Take out Emory Jones's numbers right there. The team had 43 rushing yards on 18 attempts.
Not the best performance. Bearcats had 6 penalties, and these penalties were very crucial penalties. I mean, you take a look at the roughing the passer early in the first half, pass interference as well. I believe that was on 3rd down. A lot of self-inflicted errors by the Bearcats, and the Cyclones capitalized on those errors.
Yep, it just ultimately shot themselves in the foot. And, it obviously ended a not-so-good day for the Cincinnati Bearcats, and we'll see how they can rebound next week against Baylor.
Iowa State went on a 27-3 run after Cincinnati took a 7-3 lead in the first quarter. That'll do it from Nippert Stadium on homecoming. The Cyclones, come in and take a victory from the Bearcats 30-10. We thank you for joining us. I'm Chris McGon alongside my partner Chase Yance. Thank you. Have a good night.